Yeah. Hey, little do you guys know, we only had a little bit of trouble this time. But look, we're here.
Yeah.
Woo! It's Friday night, and you're here with Team Legion, and we have a shit ton of stuff to go over tonight. That's going to be funny, exciting, and it's going to make your fucking face explode. Hell yeah. So let's go around the bin here. Everyone's not in the right. I don't know why he's up in the top right-hand corner. Let's switch that. I think those two need to be switched.
That's right. As soon as I said I missed Rogue Raven, she sends some biddies.
Oh, I love Rogue Raven's biddies.
Whoa.
Definitely. Huge fan. Huge fan, wrong team. There we go. Everyone's in their right areas there. So let's go around the horn.
Who doesn't?
That's sporting talk for you guys.
Go around.
Congratulations to Team Japan for winning the World Baseball Classic against the Team USA. Hey, they won.
That?
They played a better game, so congratulations to them. But
What sport?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Oh, that's kind of not surprising. I know the Japanese are huge fans of baseball, so
Yeah,
that's cool.
Congratulations to them. They deserved it. And please welcome the flamethrower known as Blacklight Oni.
Welcome to hell.
The only host that runs at 60 frames a second. Please welcome Soda Grand Pop.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. Officially old man, though.
And back by popular demand.
And my 3-shot's not working for some reason.
Of course it is.
That's unfortunate.
That's weird.
Fucking
Oh,
hero.
wait, that's not working. Why is that not working?
I got nothing. It hates me.
That's weird. Oh,
Whoa,
what's going on there?
Oh,
that's
Sweet.
trippy. It's not 420 yet.
Well, he's in the bottom left-hand corner. Please welcome. He decided to join us this week for the podcast because he didn't have anything else better to do. So please welcome Hero, which he won't be here next week. So
not next week. The following week.
I wonder why that one doesn't work. It goes right to.
It's because I'm
Goes
sexier than him.
Right to. But if I go there,
Goes to
that's
the
actually your
sexy
shot.
person.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know
hacked
why
it.
that's not working.
I jumped through the matrix and fucked it up.
Of course.
Yes.
I was going to put like a giant horse's ass, but.
Yeah. You already have it. It's in your picture now.
Oh, yeah.
It's so weird. I don't know why that. What's it? Guess 4? No.
Don't know. Badger did it.
That's weird. Anyways,
Damn.
I don't know why that's not working, but anyways.
50-50.
But yeah, here we are. We're here. What didn't you do is the more viable question there. Damn.
Well, I haven't died yet, but we can still hope.
Well,
Yee.
I'll compare my kidney damage to your kidney damage.
Oh Lord.
You want to trade kidneys?
Depends on the blood type. That may have there may be an issue with that one.
I'm a universal donor. You would have no problem.
However,
You would have a problem with mine, though.
Yes.
and it's not just because people think that she's made of napalm.
Wow.
So let's do our little warning label for the crybabies on Twitch that don't appreciate our humor.
Couldn't tell from this. Not exactly a kid-friendly show. Say hello to my new friend. Show's not for kids. 18 and under, you will probably not have a good time. Again, opinions may not necessarily be a black and out, may not be our own, but they are opinions. Everyone's got them. Welcome to hell. Yeah. Fuck off.
Got a problem with it? Get fucked.
I am so sorry. I'm so out of it. I was trying to be witty and it
Raven.
stank.
I love your take on it. Rogue Raven says, attention, underage peeps and sensitive peeps, fuck off.
Wow. Okay.
I'm centered. The shot is not.
I'm doing it now.
Oh, because I was ready for you to say something to me. We are on Kick. This is a new thing. This is something that I've kind of been suggesting. Get in early, and hopefully the unbroken algorithm will snag you up before it breaks.
Right. I mean, right now they can do like, I think someone was telling me there's no toss. So
I've heard that too.
But yeah, check us out on Kick. Eventually we'll go on there. And eventually I'll
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Get your kicks.
Yeah.
66.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we just kicking off? It looks like the order is pretty interesting tonight. From what I'm seeing. But I guess we're gonna kick off with Soda Six Pack.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Hey,
Soda Six Pack. Do. It's Soda Six Pack. He doesn't have one in real life, but he has one in the show.
It's underneath. It's there. It's underneath.
It's there.
Yeah.
You don't have to dig deep for yours.
Yeah.
Guess who's back, bitches? Guess who's back, bitches? Guess who's back, bitches?
I was also saying it didn't have to be in any particular order.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Badger has not watched one episode of Rick and Morty, so
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
No.
Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah. So, anyways, this goes pretty deep for everybody that's been falsely accused, which is happening.
I know. I'm doing something.
I'm talking as Hero.
Yeah, you're talking as Hero. I'm gonna fix Hero's thing right here as you're talking.
Anyway, so as you guys know, the Rick and Morty creator got charged with 2 cases of domestic violence. So,
you couldn't take a joke.
He, as you know, Rick and Morty also does. What the hell is the name of the other one? A lot of people don't even know he does the other one. Oh, fuck.
Solar Opposites.
Something
Solar
about
Opposite.
like, yeah,
Solar,
that one.
It's amazing. Yeah, Solar Opposites. It's also really, really good. But anyway, he was accused, and come to find out, it's falsely accused. Both cases were dropped yesterday, I believe, the day before. Of course, he came out and said, he knew they were false, but stupid ass. I think it was both Cartoon Network and
Adult Swim and HBO Max.
Adult Swim. Yeah, they pretty much said, "Fuck you, you're fired, and we're gonna replace you." How the fuck are you gonna replace Rick and Morty?
It's horrible. I know they're replacing him with this horrible animation called Royal Crackers. It's a bunch of like rednecks that get into money, and I can't quite understand what's going on with it, but
like Squidbillies. I mean,
kinda, but with humans. It's kind of like the drawing.
Duck Dynasty, but
not as cool.
Oh Lord. But anyway, this has been happening way too much. We've seen a lot of this. Even a streamer got falsely accused. I mean, this ruins people's lives. I don't know what the fuck's going on with people. I don't know how you can fire somebody without evidence or proof. It's we're America. We're supposed to be what?
It's a court of public opinion.
Yeah,
is all that matters now.
I call it
until proven guilty, but it's actually guilty till proven innocent nowadays.
More or less.
Like what the fuck?
Only if you're a man, though. Only if you're a white man.
Only
Yeah, I
if
have
you're
a
a
tendency to
straight
agree with
white
that.
man.
But it doesn't matter if you're white, black, whatever color, straight, gay. I mean, this comes out too much
Exactly,
nowadays.
Rogue Raven.
Doesn't matter what color you are, like.
It's not supposed to, but it is now.
But it's like, oh look, we see a dork making lots of money. He sexually assaulted me. And then the charges were dropped, which
Hey,
means there's not enough evidence usually.
no standing.
Right.
Of course,
Outstanding.
he came
Very
out
good.
saying,
He did his homework. Paid attention at the meeting yesterday. Good for Hero.
right? But he came out and said he was disappointed that people were quick to judge. But we've seen that for years now,
Well-
especially with the internet. Like
You're not wrong, Soda. I think his exact wording, and it's probably irrelevant whether it's exact or not, but he literally said he expected this for a very long time. He knew it was coming, which means that, and based on the stuff that I've read and or heard, it was effectively a jealous ex, a jealous and angry and vindictive ex, and he said he knew it was coming, and but he still was absolutely terrified anyways, because even though he knew it was coming and kept all the evidence, he was disgusted and disturbed by the absolute lies that came out after the allegations were published.
A lot of people don't realize one of these was his ex, who literally said, "I'm going to ruin you." Literally told him, like, was going to get him canceled. That's what even more fucked up. Like, this is why my trust in people has dwindled over the, years. But
that's why when you get, that's why you should never get married. Rent, never buy. Just saying.
I mean, I've never been married, but I understand the concept. But it's just bullshit. Like, too many people's lives get fucked because somebody else is either jealous or, like his case. Oh, break up with somebody, then you go make millions of dollars, and then they're fucking pissed, and they're like, oh hey, let's get some of it back. We'll just say he assaulted me.
Those are the same people that tell you that you're never going to make it doing this. You're never going to do this. You're never going to do that.
Yeah, that's probably, exactly.
I'm speaking from personal experience. I don't know if anyone else on the crew actually has experienced that. I've had an instructor tell me that in college.
I bet.
Two instructors told me that.
I had somebody tell me I never shoot a 300 in bowling, and I shot plenty. I could never hit home runs, hit plenty though. So no, he broke it again.
No, that's not me this time.
No, it's just gonna be one of those nights. I was waiting for it to happen.
So what I will offer is I will offer in a shit, my brain is not cooperating with me tonight.
Brain not working.
Offer in support of this conversation, to add to the conversation. That's what I was trying to say. I don't want to know where that tattoo is, Badger.
Whoa. Oh no, my tattoo is on my arm, man. Come
on. To contribute to this conversation, I will add that there is, I thought it was unconfirmed, but I guess it's been confirmed that he is also suing Adult Swim.
I have not been able to confirm that.
Confirm nor deny that.
Somebody told me it was confirmed, but I was not able to independently confirm that myself. Rogue Raven says, but on the flip side, this is how women have felt for years when they actually reported real assaults and were never believed. It's awful. I mean,
now I pose this question to Rogue Raven. That is an absolute truth. But now it's completely 180'd, and now women can blindly accuse men of stuff. And I don't like that type of philosophy. It was like, oh, it's been done for so long, but now we're going to get back at them even though they are not guilty of stuff. I think it's awful both ways.
There are
So
It's
it's one of
very
those.
awful.
It's one of those needles that you. One of those needles that you need to thread very finely on how you articulate that point, because someone can come off as misogynistic, or sexist, or that sort of thing. But it is awful.
Centrist. The
Bullshit.
the absolute truth is that it should be innocent until proven guilty. Actual investigation and effort should be put forth, regardless of who is reporting. Now, there are actually people out there, and I've heard them say, especially during the Johnny Depp trials, during the Marilyn Manson case, which actually was recently, there was a recent update to the Marilyn Manson case,
She's
by the way.
gay.
But in truth, there are people out there that say that these men should just accept it, because if they don't, women will not be believed when they bring forward their accusations. Why am I suddenly so short?
Because you are short.
Vertically challenged.
But anyways,
well, he told me he was 6 feet, but I tower over him, so
by like an inch, and
2
I'm going
inches.
to maintain that.
Whoa.
2 inches.
Yeah, we're
I
like
got 2 inches
doing
on
that?
everything on you.
Whoa.
But in an update of this,
I'm gonna make you taller on the camera, by the way. Go ahead.
Excuse me. In an update of these situations, we already know what happened with Johnny Depp. We are seeing what's happening with Justin Roiland, and also I don't know if we updated the case because we did talk about it briefly, but Marilyn Manson was also accused by numerous people of doing some pretty heinous shit, and now one of the people that brought forth the accusations has recanted publicly and stated that she was manipulated by what was her name, something Marie something or other, I don't remember.
It doesn't matter what your name is. Rachel Wood.
Evan Rachel Wood. There it was.
Thank you, Rogue.
Yes. Thank you. But the woman came forward and said that she was manipulated by Evan Rachel Wood, and that Evan Rachel Wood was basically saying, even if you don't remember these acts, that doesn't mean it didn't happen. It could have been PTSD that made you forget.
It's like that chick that woman that testified during the Kavanaugh hearings for Supreme Court justice, that said she was gang raped by him, and she later recanted. Yeah, she later recanted and said she was pressured to do it. Yeah, the one where it had Alyssa Milano in the fucking background saying he's an awful human being, and
why
even though
wouldn't
like
it be Alyssa Milano, fucking weirdo that likes kids, like legitimately has made kid statements.
Gross. But yeah, I mean, I got accused of that too. I mean, in my 20s, and it never happened. So like, people just try to do it just to ruin their reputation.
It's pretty fucked.
So I mean, it's happened. If you're a dude, it's like a rite of passage, like people accusing you of doing stuff. But with the assholes that actually do it, they're the ones who get away with it.
Right.
So how do you differentiate?
People screaming the loudest about how they need to protect the kids that are the ones doing it. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, the squeaky wheel gets the empty barrel makes the most noise, they say. So.
Anyways, I'm sorry I kind of hijacked it. So
how dare you?
Oh, good. No, I mean, I pretty much said what I thought about the situation. I mean, it's more about people just being shitty in general. Like,
wow.
I mean,
I don't remember the name Roman Polanski, but
yeah, Roman Polanski got accused of having sex with children. He's a director, and he won an Academy Award when he fled the country. This is what Rogue Raven is talking about in the chat, guys. Oh, wow. Roman Polanski is a famous director who got accused of pedophilia in Hollywood. But he also that year won an Academy Award, and everybody stood up and clapped for the pedophile who won for Best Director.
Why not?
Wow.
His wife was Sharon Tate. Yes, I love Rogue Wait. She has all that Hollywood humor, Hollywood information as well. Thank you for that. But yeah, it was horrible. Roman Polanski is a dirtbag. He's still hiding out. I don't know where he is in Europe, but
That's terrible. Anyways, yeah, I've said enough on my side. Hey, Oni, got any input on this?
I mean, aside from this is why you wait till you get all the facts that you can. Tired of constantly hearing about someone being accused of something really bad, and it turns out it wasn't the case. Meanwhile, people who are actually doing horrendous things are getting away with it, but they get the adoration of the public.
Heck, half of them are in Congress right now.
I think it's quite disgusting, and using the existence of terrible things does not mean you should make an innocent person a martyr. It defeats the purpose of justice.
thank you.
Once you start putting it onto, well, it's whomever I think should suffer the most. The reason why we have laws is so that everyone, no matter how much we despise them, no matter how much we know they're guilty, they are treated with respect. That way justice is served.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, you get mob justice, and that doesn't go well. And also, it's so that innocent people or people who there's not enough evidence to convict regardless or bring it even to court can be exonerated. That way, innocent people don't have to suffer. Is it foolproof? No. Anyone who thinks we're ever going to have a foolproof system is delusional.
Yeah.
But we do what we can with what we have as human beings. And the fact that there are people who just enjoy tearing others down to this extent should just go on to prove why we need to protect each other and why we need to make sure we follow the justice system, because if not, if it were up to just randos on Twitter, he would have been found guilty strictly because someone said he was.
There are people out there that are still screaming that he's guilty all over Photoshopped fucking DMs.
Here's the thing. It's okay to not believe the press. It's a good idea not to. Problem I have is that at some point, either you need to let it go. You can just not like somebody. That's fair. But you cannot keep dragging someone's name through the mud like that and not expect something to happen to you. There are certain things, unfortunately, bad people will not be caught. There are certain heinous acts that people won't be found guilty of. That doesn't mean you take the law into your own hands.
You could run, but you can't hide, bitch.
Right.
You know.
But I mean, my question: are they not going to bring him back? Period. Now, like they should offer him.
Do you really think that they'll bring him back?
It's his fucking. But I guess he
it's
probably
his
sold
show, yes. But who owns the rights to it?
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably sold
Bardell Entertainment.
I just,
which is in Canada.
I mean, whatever he makes is gonna be funny, but it's fucking Rick and Morty. I don't Rick's voice I've heard done good. Morty's voice I've never heard anybody do a good Morty impersonation. So
yeah, he does both.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I've heard somebody like do Rick on YouTube somewhere, and he was pretty fucking spot on.
Riggedy, Rick, son.
The Morty was fucking.
That's my best Rick. I don't know if that was good or not. But and it's really challenging, Oni, if you've never seen the episode. There is he lives in a he can actually jump from universe to universe. So he has this whole little space thing called
Council of Ricks.
Yeah, okay, good. You already know. So he's got to do all those voices to all the Ricks in all the episodes, and that's got to be really hard.
I mean, he's drunk half the time.
Well, that makes it harder, doesn't it?
No, that makes it easier. It seems like for him, anyway. But
I guess.
there's a
If
video
that's his
on
muse,
YouTube.
I'm scared for his health.
I'm just scared for the voices because,
Yeah.
as you know, both
But
Cheap and I watch a lot of Rick and Morty. So
oh
like,
yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
a bunch too. I haven't seen anywhere near enough to really be able to really grasp the entirety of the series, but
Badger's seen some.
I
she's
will.
seen one. Don't let her say some. One.
Okay.
Oh,
Half
Like
of
called
clip,
one
that
at
out.
that.
clips online, she says.
Yeah, she's got a
Called
Pickle Rick
out.
sticker on her computer. I'm like, how you got a Pickle Rick sticker on a computer and you haven't even watched Pickle Rick episode? Come on.
Don't be a poser. Come on now. You got to even watch. You got to watch the Pickle Rick episode. Has one of Oni's favorite actors in it.
Oh,
Badger knows.
Mm-hmm. Pickle Rick.
What's the guy's name? The
Also won a
Mexican guy's
daytime
name.
Emmy, if I recall, or something.
What's the heck is his
Jaguar.
name? Yeah, Jaguar.
He was Machete. Yeah, his
Chupa's a
name is.
different show.
I remember.
okay. Anyways, yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
I just.
So another. Yeah,
I
don't
think
falsely
that-
accuse people. That's
Yeah,
pretty
exactly. Don't
Right.
falsely accuse people. It's not okay ever.
simple. Oh,
Yeah.
But my take on this is, I think that Danny Trejo.
That's it. Thank you, Danny Trejo.
I think that the pendulum in general is swinging back, and I'm here for when it smacks all of the idiots that are lobbing false
Danny Trejo, yep.
accusations and destroying the world with their false narrative square in the fucking face. I am here
Yep.
for it. I am watching with bated breath, and it will hurt, if not sever, many people's ties with reality. But yeah, I digress. Anybody else? Can't talk today. Anybody else have input?
No, that you have no shortage of not being able to talk. You have no problem talking. No, I think bated breast. Wait,
What?
that was Rogue Raven. Magma Soldier says hello.
Hi, Magma.
And kind of centered almost. And we're going to do a read for Tyrandeth, who had a stream last night. He did very well. Let's go to that.
His cursed stream titles.
Yes, he has many. He has a sense of humor. It is very twisted.
Oh, yeah. This little thing went out and I kind of freaked out. This thing right here, it went completely. My plug just decided to oh, I'm gonna unplug it magically because it's haunted. But anyways,
hey, check it out, guys. Tyrandeth. He streams on. Oh, excuse me. The days.
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. Tuesdays, Thursdays, 6 to 10.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 6 to 10. Yeah, it just all of them says tonight. That's why I was confused.
See it tonight.
Yes, curse stream title. Do you want me to read them for you? Oh, Badger's trying to bait it.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I think it's called Mommy Muscles.
Yes. Muscle
Mommy muscles.
Let's see.
He must be checking out my algorithm. But yeah.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I think media, we need more representation of women with chiseled physiques. No one's gonna you're not going to hear complaints on our end. It's just when it's put next to Warframe, it's just like, what the fuck?
Muscle titties.
Yeah. Let's see.
Ooh, this week's trivia brought to you by the one and only Honey Badger. Honey Badger, making slides since 2022. Yee. So who wants to read it?
A moment. I'd like to read off some of these titles for Tyrion Death's benefit.
Okay, let's totally derail the show. Go ahead.
Muscle Mommy has gone prime. Really? Really? Anyways, I'll leave it at that.
He's trying anything to get viewers. I do not blame him.
Oh, Lord. How is that not cursed? I might not call it curse. I'd probably call it maybe not even cringe.
We were down 200.
Definitely weird.
Definitely weird and awkward and makes me shrivel up a little bit.
Anyways.
Oops.
But anyways. He says, oops. There was no oops there. It was purposeful, and I absolutely find it hilarious. Anyways.
Come on, two shot. There we go.
All right. What needlecrafts does Commander Zavala have unique affinities for?
So, Commander Zavala. Does anyone know who Commander Zavala is?
Is this not a Destiny reference?
This is a Destiny reference. That is correct, sir. Where is my correct button? There, he's got the right dinger today. Yes.
I have some ideas on what needlecrafts you would like.
I do not. I don't think I played that far into the lore. I played a lot of the story, but not those nitty-gritty details.
And this is just a little hint on, well, if you can see the crawler on the top, we'll be talking about this a little bit tonight. So yeah, move the slide, Chieftain. Okay, Chieftain, move the slide. There you go. Oh, I have a camper's corner. That's right, I forgot. I have one of those.
This one's going to be spirited, sir.
It's going to be very spirited because you're wrong again. Let's see, where is camper's corner?
I will present to you a logical course of thought.
Why do I have so much doubt?
I don't know.
I'm a chieftain,
honestly.
Campers. I'm the chieftain, bitch.
That's still trying to defend his point.
Camper's Corner. We're going to be talking about everyone's favorite pal, Kathleen Kennedy. Just kidding. Victoria Alonso's toxicity, according to Marvel and pretty much everything else she touches. According to Hero, everything she touches turns to shit. So, but I have something to say, and that's a very poor drawn image of Spider-Man. Come on, you could have done better with that.
That's the meme, bro.
I know it's the meme.
Although I gotta ask, what is the significance of the Deadpool Wolverine pick?
I think it's very memey. I think that's why she did it. So
wish I
yeah, also funny. Badger loved Step Brothers.
Huh.
She does?
Oh yeah. We actually the whole family likes Step Brothers.
My toes curl when I watch that. I don't know why. I have a lot of toe curling and shrinkage tonight, according to the topics that we have here.
Honestly,
no one asked you to be sexually attracted to any of this shit.
No, not
and
sexually
no
attracted, but like retracting, just like feel like I'm going into like my shell, you know, just kind of like hiding.
No one's asking you to be attracted to it.
I'm not saying I'm attracted to it. I'm just saying that it's cringy. Some of the topics. So
I
just
personally found
my introvert comes in
funny, but at the same time, I understand the people that don't appreciate that type of humor. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I fence sit with it because I'd laugh at a lot of the jokes, but that brand of humor doesn't usually appeal to me.
Can I put my balls on your gun?
What?
Huh?
What are we? Step Brothers, right? He puts his balls on his drums.
What are
The
you doing?
underage.
Burying you. Mom and Dad will notice. No, they won't.
So I think it would be funny if I did that.
You might want to get that checked out. Might be more than just old age there, Chief. Ah.
Well, we know we've talked about off air the tons of medical issues I'm going through right now. So
Yeah, well,
I'll be dead in a year.
probably not.
But is this
Why?
more a Marvel thing or a Disney thing? I'm gonna take more of the Marvel route. And the argument is here, like Phase 4 for Marvel has been an abysmal failure according to the court of popular opinion, right? So people didn't really enjoy it. People didn't really enjoy it. They're bringing out these characters up to the front that not a lot of the casual Marvel fans particularly like, which is why Phase 4 was so lackluster.
I would argue otherwise on that.
It wasn't making. They weren't making much aside from Spider-Man. The latest version of Spider-Man really did very well, but the Multiverse of Madness, Ant-Man, Shang-Chi, I'm trying to see the Eternals. I'm like, thank you, Black Widow. They were very blah, and
they're gonna say black. Wow.
No, black. Oh yeah, Black Panther as well.
Yeah,
thank
Black
you.
Panther. Why was that?
I saw all the above mentioned movies. The only ones I didn't really like was Eternals. I liked Shang-Chi, if I'm saying that correctly. If I'm not, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
The Legend of the
10 Rings.
Was it
Legend of the 10 Rings?
10 Rings. Thank you.
Also, why is one of our portraits Victoria Alonso? Is she a guest star?
Yeah, it keeps on moving around. Like every time Oni comes in and out, it moves my order around.
Interesting.
So,
Sorry.
but no, it's not your fault. I'm not catching it fast enough. It's my bad. Okay. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. I didn't notice, but yeah. And we were having, I would say, let's do the verses one-on-one here. Okay,
what the fuck?
That's the wrong.
Kill it! Kill it with fire!
There we go, Chief and Hero. There we go, Chief and Hero shot.
Ah, damn.
But yeah.
Fuck.
Oh god.
But what me and Hero and I were discussing is that Hero was saying what he feels was lackluster in these films, and what were you discussing in our meeting yesterday about this?
So there was a number of things that I feel like pointed to the end result of Victoria Alonso being terminated. It's actually been confirmed, as much as Disney would ever admit something like this, which they generally don't, because you know as well as I do that they never admit they're wrong.
Right. Correct. That's good.
But what I was pointing to is that, hey, we got some biddies.
I just wanted to see me dance on Chieftain for once.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a typical
like every Saturday, isn't it?
It's like every Wednesday night because bitches drink free.
What the fuck?
Have you tried using cash?
Anyways,
Pennies.
so my ultimate endpoint that I would be building my argument up to would be that Victoria Alonso, first of all, she came from the visual effects. Matt Berry. Oh.
So side note, Hero looks like Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows with the hair and beard. He's a little blurry too. Try to focus your camera there a little bit. It looks like it's a little
Yeah.
blurry. Yeah.
Rogue Raven, maybe for your
Oh, that's so much
visual-
better.
for
That
your
looks like a
visual
vagina.
pleasure, my wife likes to call it the fat Keanu Reeves look.
Whoa.
Damn.
Wow.
I'll take it. It's Keanu Reeves, damn it. I'll take it.
John Wick with a glandular problem.
But she says wow. But the argument that I build up to in this case is that Victoria Alonso was in effect terminated. She's been blamed for the quote failure of phase 4 and the lackluster beginning of phase 5. The facts that I lay at your feet are: one, when she was promoted to her position that she was terminated from, which is effectively second in command of Marvel, she was the one that was pushing a lot of the diversity inclusion points. She was the one that openly declared that she would oppose the parental rights bill in Florida with the full backing of Disney. She was also, yeah, that's right, Rogue. That's absolutely right.
Which is funny because Disney also just reinstated Bob Iger, so it sounds like a cover up to me. Yep.
She is the one.
Phase 5 has not started yet.
Phase 5 was supposedly started with Ant-Man. It
Oh,
was
never
supposed
mind.
to be, yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp was supposed to be the end of phase 4, and the Marvels was supposed to be the beginning of phase 5.
So get to the reason why you said it wasn't successful, that you were discussing
one reason, and I did
the main reason that you were saying. The main reason.
I posed one in effect because she comes from visual effects.
Right.
And my argument is that the visual effects since Endgame has been lacking. And I understand and know your point, but
no one else does.
I just can't get on board with your point because I've seen the complete and utter absolute difference between the visual effects of the Hulk raging out, the transformation, everything about it, and what they did with She-Hulk, which, by the way, I will say that not in its entirety of your statement is factual, though the basis of your point is when it comes to phase 4 being about secondary characters and Z-list heroes.
Whoa.
Who knows a lot about Ant-Man? The original Ant-Man, by the way. Who knows a lot about that? Only absolute fans. Who knows?
I didn't know if that was a real question or rhetorical.
Because Spider-Man sucks.
Who knows an absolute lot about Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel?
Ant-Man
Who knows
kicks Spider-Man's
a lot
ass.
about
What the fuck? Only dipshit Slash.
Who knows a lot about what was another one that Ironheart? Who knows a lot about these people? Not a lot of people know an awful lot about these people. However,
what's weird though, Ant-Man was one of the founding members of the Avengers in the original comics. So
exactly.
That's same with Wasp, but
yep.
that got shelved.
Hank Pym was one of the original founding members of the Avengers. Also, Hank Pym was the reason for Ultron, which also was single-handedly was also the reason why everybody in the Avengers ended up absolutely despising Ant-Man / Hank Pym.
Hank, he was also a fucking asshole, and in certain iterations was a complete pacifist, which is fine until you keep saying how everyone else should fight the way you do, which is to not fight, and it's like, bruh. And then also the fact that he had I want to say this politely because this is very important to not skew.
Politely?
Hank Pym wound up suffering a mental break. And he didn't handle it the best way. And what I mean by that is that instead of going, wow, I really fucked up, and listening to the people around him going, dude, you need some help. You are not okay. He essentially put all of his anger, frustration, and he basically created a persona called Yellow Jacket with all the traits he denied himself, things like anger and violence, things like that. He pushed away Janet Van Dyne, his girlfriend, the Wasp, pushed her away. He faked his own death in certain instances. He was
dude was
he
an
was
asshole.
a mess.
The
Yeah,
dude was
and
an
the thing that
absolute
I'd say,
asshole.
the reason why I want to say that carefully is because people who have mental health issues or they have a mental break doesn't make them bad people. It makes them vulnerable. It means they need help.
It
And
makes
the way
it
you get help
hilarious
is
dude.
as a storyline.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just fucking say that.
It's great.
Iron
It
Man
creates
had a
drama.
panic attack.
It creates drama. So it shows vulnerability, which people want to see in their heroes now.
You called it hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Oh.
Good to know. Anyways, what I was trying to finish saying is that. What the fuck do you mean? Oh, okay.
No, I was not talking to you. I was looking at something else. Go ahead.
It means
Go ahead.
I was finishing.
All right, this is not going to go well.
No, I'm done.
Go ahead and finish your point.
If you have a mental health problem, there are people to help out. So yeah.
Anyways, I derailed with Hank Pym. I apologize, but I found it to be an interesting conversation because there's a lot there worth unpacking. Because how many people actually know who he is? How many people actually know that he was the original Ant-Man? And even in the origin story of Ant-Man, the movie, you could have forgotten that by now. That being said, we're talking about the current phase of Marvel has been pushed off to secondary and third string characters that a lot of people that would be the part of the core base of Marvel's, audience don't care about because they're not that integral in the overall Marvel universe. And then you have the core fans that don't know anything about these characters. On the one hand, this is good for Marvel because they can create all new storylines and do whatever the hell they want with these characters because they're effectively blank slates. But the core of what made Marvel, the core of what made Marvel good was the fact that they were storylines that were closely related to stories that they had seen in the comics. And that was what brought that base into the fandom of the Marvel on the big screen. And then you had a base that grew from there of fans that were new to the world. That's part of why I think Phase 4 is a dud and Phase 5 is going to be very lackluster. Then, as another part of it, which is the argument that you want to get to, is the visual effects. I have found, personally, my opinion, since Endgame, their visual effects have been declining at a relatively rapid rate as they continue to produce more and more content. Now, part of my belief that this is happening is the money at Disney is starting to dry up.
Implying that there is any change in the effects, which is my argument, which I say there is not.
Yes, there
you
is.
kind of bunched in She-Hulk, which is network quality animation. So there is a difference between that, believe it or not, folks. Not even as far as textures and money is concerned. More money is put into the feature film industry than it would be for, let's say, a television show on Disney Plus, which is already hemorrhaging money. But it's not because of the visual effects for that. It's because people don't want to see some of the characters that they're showing. People not going to like when I say this. They're secondary characters getting mainstream movies. That is the reason. No one cares about Iron Man. No one cares about no one cares about Ant-Man. No one cares about the Eternals. No one cares about Shang-Chi. No one cares about these characters. Yes. The effects are still on par. Endgame, people, the cat's out of the bag as far as Endgame is concerned. Because you had every single character from every single thing going into every single big epic battle. So of course you're going to say, oh, everything after that's going to be worse. Well, contrary to popular belief, Endgame was not done by one visual effects house. It was done by 30. That's the difference. You had 30 different companies doing it because you had a lot of shots to do. Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, not really effects heavy in the aspects of comparing everything to Endgame, which is not it's not a fair statement in the very least. The effects are still there. They're still great. People don't give a shit about the characters. That's why it's failing. I'm going to die on that hill, and that's the way I feel, because I can see that the effects are there. They're fine. They look good. They always look good. But people expecting that.
I could get on board with that. I really could. I could get on board with most of what you said there. And I 100% agree with third string characters, as I call them, or Z-list characters.
Like bench players, so to speak.
I could get on. I totally 100% agree with that. But there's more to what I got, what I'm saying, than just she was fired because of visual effects failure. The part of what I would point out is that the day before the announcement came that she was terminated, and I'm going to continue saying that because that's, again, come out multiple times.
Yeah.
The day before that happened, maybe even as much as the week before, I was already seeing the rumors of former visual effects people that worked for Marvel coming out and saying outright that she is a micromanaging monster, that she had her way, or the person was terminated on the spot and blacklisted from Marvel and Disney. And then there have been complaints going on and on and on about Disney underpaying their visual effects artists and demanding the absolute most from their visual effect artists. And I mean, does that come as any surprise at all to you, Chieftain?
No, because they you want to see if you want to equivocate the career of visual effects artists to athletes, you have a finite amount of time where you're able to produce stuff at that pace for that long. So big places, Marvel, Sony, Disney, they will run you and squeeze that teat till it's completely dry and then throw you out like a piece of garbage. That's how they work. Unless you're in the pit working all that stuff and you get promoted to senior lead supervisor, that sort of thing, everyone else goes into, I don't know, like what I'm doing, teaching, because there's no other option, because you kind of like cap out of what you're doing and you flat out get worn out, Hero, from the amount of crunch time that you accumulate over a certain amount of time. Like I tell my students all the time, yeah, you think you're doing this for, like, I'm teaching you for 2 hours. Imagine doing this for 14 hours a day, 6 days a week, which I had to do. So yeah, you're if she's micromanaging and then blacklisting them from them breaking their balls or I don't know, ovaries, I guess, to do their, or whatever their predetermined gender may be, breaking what they have. And then That's horrible. Like micromanaging, it's like it's hard on the person who's micromanaging and the person who's being micromanaged. It doesn't really help. It's like you got to have confidence in your staff. Is what I'm saying.
There were people in these reports that were saying that.
Yeah, Rogue, it is.
That
it's at least it's more extreme.
There were people in these reports that were saying that they were turning down position offers from Disney with glee. Like, I turned down Disney because they don't pay shit. Like, that was the wording that they'd said.
Oh, I can tell you that firsthand. That's absolutely, you can't negotiate your price.
Yeah. And
they go, this is how much you're getting paid. There's no negotiation because we're Disney.
Wow.
And
that's happened to me. That's happened to me personally with Disney. Like when I worked for Disney.
And that's
what they said to me.
And their excuse is you get to put Disney on your resume now.
Which open doors.
What does Disney fucking on your resume actually mean anymore?
It still opens doors. My private school opens doors, that opens doors. Okay. But I mean, yeah, the name has lost its luster. Mm-hmm. But it's still a good thing to say, oh, you worked for Disney. It's still a good thing. But I mean, and working for any top tier production company is still good.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'm sorry, I kind of ran away with that. And
no, it's fine. I was like, I'm thinking as you were talking, like, I want to get to my point, and he's making my point for me and saying exactly what I said the night before. I'm like, stop like blowing my load for me or something. I'm like, I want to get to that point, but
whoa, dude. Whoa, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me shut up.
And I'm sorry to Oni. I used the wrong wording before. That wasn't the wording I wanted to use. But yeah.
Blowing your load?
No, that was fine.
Okay.
Giggity.
I like where this is going.
Anyways, yeah, go ahead. I kind of ran away with a lot of it. I'm sorry.
I like where this is going.
Anyone else have their opinions on Marvel Cinematic Universe, not the TV universe?
I think you guys said it pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I mean, Hero never talks, so I don't know.
Yeah, barely.
Oh no,
I could barely get a word in.
Like, who's much. Hero? He's that guy who talks too much.
Then there's you, who doesn't ever talk, but hey, you talk the most I've ever heard you talk today.
What he does do is help boost our Nitro.
That's true.
True, and I got to talk first, so yeah.
You want to lead? You're the Altuve of the group.
Wow.
Hey, that's me.
I'm not 5'5".
Go ahead, read the slide, Soda.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm on the slide. Anyway, thanks everybody for giving us money in Discord. We love that. We actually got to play a fun ass game last night because give us some fucking money who contributed. So Nova, thank you. What song? Thank you. Good old Mariner. The other Nova, we got two Novas, and then me. Yay, me.
It's the Laggin Out Nova squad.
Yay, me. Will you marry me, Tiny Tina?
Hey. Too bad she didn't come. Like, hey, let me be on your show. We should have tweeted her that fucking thing and got her on the show. That'd been awesome.
Yeah, we have a big announcement who's going to be on our show next week, and that's coming pretty soon. So stay tuned. Someone pretty famous is coming on our show next week.
I'll be like, you can't break character though. You gotta be Tiny Tina the whole time.
Yeah.
Because she does several other voices also,
Soft talking time.
Hey, Rogue Raven.
Uh-oh. There goes my audio.
It's me.
My audio's not working.
Isn't it?
No, the sound, the horn is not working.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
Do I have that one? I think I have that one.
Nope, it's okay.
That one.
That's okay. It went out because it went in the wrong order. So we were talking about our favorite soundtracks a couple of weeks ago about some of the songs that we like to have, like our favorite songs that we liked in video games, And now was favorite sound design. So it's a little bit of twist of what we did a couple of weeks ago. And a great topic that we had that everyone got excited about a couple of weeks ago. We're going to bring it back, but kind of do a little twist on it about favorite sound designs. And I can think no one else to lead us off with that, which are for this would be Black Light Oni. If her mic.
I don't really have a list or anything, but
no, just off the top of your head, fine.
Well, Badger and I, like she put it on there, Mega Man X8 had really good sound design. The different levels, you can hear the different footfall patterns. If you stand in an area before the enemies aggro, they make different sounds. I'm, of course, very partial to the Deus Ex series with Adam Jensen in it. I think they have a lot of sound design in there that pulls together the concepts of humanity and cybernetics. I think it's very important when you're trying to tell the stories. You're trying to talk about such futuristic, big idea things. Sound design, in my opinion, can really take the storytelling up a notch. And if you're going to invest money in a video game and you have a limited budget, put some of it in sound design. It will make your game feel more expensive. It will feel more quality. I mean, one game that it's low graphics, but everyone fucking loves it is Minecraft, because you just hit things and you just run around. Everyone knows the sounds of Minecraft sounds. It will haunt your dreams because it's all you know. Of course, there's a special place in my heart for Pokemon, because even back in the day before they had real color going on, they only had different hues and shades going on.
Like dot matrix.
They still made sound effects with the different attacks. I mean, if you've never heard Hyper Beam from Generation 1 or 2, you'll know what the sound of Hyper Beam is. You know the feeling of Hyper Beam is charging, and then you go like, oh fucking shit, and then you get hit by Hyper Beam, and you're like, oh my fucking goodness gracious. I thought Dragon Age Inquisition had really nice sound design, especially because it was one of the first games I could recall where you could have a mount, you could ride around, and you can hear the different footfalls of your mount, running around on grass versus on gravel versus wood.
It adds
Kingdoms
atmosphere is what you're saying.
Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning had really good sound design too, because it has a very World of Warcraft vibe, but it doesn't feel like World of Warcraft, which, I mean, that's kind of the fucking point. But it definitely has more of the big fantastical moments. But I mean, it's a different story, and the company doesn't fucking exist anymore. Good job, guys. So
high five.
Yeah, I don't even know if they ever paid back. I don't know if they ever paid back the state for that one. I mean, I could probably go on with so many other games, but yeah, I think sound design is very important because it helps to immerse the player in the story, in the environments, and kind of like a good soundtrack. In a way, if you don't realize that it's so good, it's because it's doing its job, versus if you notice that it's not there, there's an issue. But I think the best sound design elements are the ones that keep you coming back for more.
Oh yeah. I've got some input on this. Prime example. My personal favorite franchise is The Legend of Zelda.
I thought you were going to say Metroid.
Sure that none of you are surprised. And I
Shock.
would it's fair for you to throw out Metroid because this is within the same era. Let's go ahead and throw out.
There's a new Metroid game coming.
Oh God, no!
It's a remaster.
Oh.
They've been talking about the next Metroid Prime for forever. So until I actually see an announcement, I ain't listening. I've got the remaster, by the way. No fears of another book of Metroid because plain and simple, I already covered everything that's out.
The Attacular Part 2.
Anyways, I will say that Zelda, being my favorite franchise, is a prime example of this. You've got a sound of design that was originated on an 8-bit system with 8-bit sound, 8-bit quality sound, and then you have the soundtrack. And then you have that game from those sound bites, sound designs, and everything. Every time you pass through a bush or some tall grass, you hear that. Well, okay, that's Mario, thank you. But
no, it's
every
Zelda
time
too.
Every time you pass through brush, you hear the sound of the brush or the grass shifting as you're walking through it. You have iconic sounds like you open the treasure chest and you hear the do 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 do. Then you've got the item acquisition theme where Link holds it over his head and it goes bam 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 bam. All those sounds, and then they have transitioned all of those sounds, even that soundtrack, across all of you've transitioned all of those soundtracks, all of those sound bites and the sound designs across all of the years of all of the consoles and all of the systems that it's been on. And you
Rogue Raven's got a good statement in there.
Okay.
The sound from Metal Gear through the Hunt and Snow Crunch. Footprints of these literally hear the question mark idea.
Yeah,
that's a great idea. But go ahead. I don't need to derail your train of thought. I just wanted to throw that.
But that's another fine example of what I'm getting to is you transition that all the way up to the Nintendo 64, and you had Zelda Ocarina of Time, which, in my opinion, catapulted the Nintendo properties into the future effectively with all of their efforts in design and stuff, because they didn't just bring in all of those sounds and all of those soundtracks. They reproduced them and expanded all of those sound qualities, all of those, the item acquisition, the treasure chest opening sounds,
You just liked it because you got to blow on something.
What?
That was perfect.
The little thingy you got to blow on.
The cartridge.
No. The horn in Ocarina of Time.
Oh, you're talking about the ocarina.
You got to blow on.
Sure how that. Okay, you're talking about the different songs and stuff that you could play.
Right, that's the only reason you liked
it.
the game.
Yeah. I didn't get that special edition because I wasn't with a rich family at the time. Although I totally would have these days.
Lord.
Emotional damage.
Yes, I got it. He didn't get it. Bad joke.
It took me a second. I got it. Because you're talking about
my
blowing
jokes
on
are
thing.
Yeah, see, my jokes are just too perverted for him.
No, I just didn't rise to the occasion.
And don't forget to check out Soda's Perverted Jokes, now dropping in November, so they'll make a great Christmas break gift.
That's right.
So Soda's Dirty Jokes via Laggin Out Live. That'll be all concentrated in one 300-page book of one-liners of dick jokes and dirty humor.
Apple.
I thought it was an ebook that was read by Soda called Old Man Salty Balls.
Old Man Salty. I mean, if you want me to put this to sleep, you like
sure.
hashtag Old Man Salty Balls. Here comes the hashtag t-shirt. Old Man Salty Balls.
I'm sorry, I've probably droned on a really long time, but that's one of the things that I really truly appreciate about major companies that have been around for a while. Sega had a lot of stuff that was great too up until they kind of left the console market. There's been rumors for a few years now that they might be making a comeback, but I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it.
Don't call it a comeback. They've been here for years.
Well, a return to consoles, but I digress.
Mama said knock you out.
Thank you, Soda. You got it. Don't call it comeback. I've been here for years. Hello, Cool J? No?
Mhm.
Lord Almighty. Anyways,
Of course,
yeah.
that's
What
the only
about
part you say. Yeah. Don't
what
call it a comeback.
about what about
Galaga.
you, Chieftain, and then Soda?
Well, I was thinking like sports games, then I was thinking something more recent, then I was thinking sports games again. Then I was thinking even a game I didn't play, Resident Evil, had a really great sound design in it as well. Because I hate scary games, and I would watch Zombie Killer play that all the time because I would not play it myself. And that shit's fucking scary as hell, man. That got me into that. Phasmophobia is pretty good too for that. The scary kind of tension.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the company Oni was touching on it before, but you need a combination of visuals and sound, and not having one overpower the other, which is something actually I teach in game design classes. You don't want your graphics to overpower your sound and your ambient sound and your environment, but at the same time you don't want the other thing to happen as well. I remember playing NBA Jam, and like the pressure, like the seconds coming up and you're down by like 2 points or something, and you hear like the crowd like screaming at you, and you're just like, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to make the shot. Like it like adds so much drama to it. And at the last second you just throw a half court fucking prayer, and then it hits the net, and you hear that sweet sound of going whoosh, like all net. And then not so much the reaction of the game, but the reaction of my little brother just screaming and yelling and throwing his controller at the television was the sound of sweet music in my ear for beating him with a buzzer beater. I like that. Also, because people don't think I play open world games, Fable 3, which is pretty obscure.
I don't know if I'd call that obscure. That was pretty big.
How
at the
is it
time.
obscure?
For me to play it.
Oh,
Chicken
okay.
chaser.
You know what?
Yeah,
That's
like
fair
people
in context of you.
Yeah, in context of me, Oni. So people wouldn't expect me to play such a game. Does that make sense?
I just remember
Yes.
Fable was a chicken chaser. Look, it's the chicken chaser.
Who wasn't a chicken chaser?
That was the best. I mean, that's like something you'll never forget when you get something. Look, it's the chicken chaser.
You know
my
what,
friend,
though?
I had like a wife in one town and a wife in another. And my friend came in one day and he destroyed the whole fucking town. So every time I went to that town, they fucking booed me. He killed my wife. I was so mad.
Wow.
Who chases cock? Really, Badger?
Wouldn't that be? Nope, not going there. Not gonna do that. But you know what that makes? What that reminds me of? There, Soda. The whole chicken chaser thing. In that game, when I got that title, that immediately hit me with nostalgia of playing Zelda Ocarina of Time.
We know that, Rogue
the
Raven.
Chickens,
she's gay. She likes vagina.
Oh no!
Attacking the chickens and pissing them off so that they swarm you, and then running for your fucking life, and your only prayer is to get to a zone transition so they stop.
I don't remember ever doing that.
That was in Zelda.
Oh, okay.
And when he mentioned Chicken Chaser, I cited that's what that reminds me of.
Gotcha. It was cool because my friend gave me extra coins because at the end you had to make a decision to destroy a town to beat the main boss. So my friend's like, here's 3 million coins. So you don't have to. So what I did is I paid for all the armor and everything and had the battle and fucking destroyed them. And everybody loved me all over the world. That's how you knew it was fiction.
And he was no longer the chicken chaser.
I was no longer the chicken chaser.
Oh,
exactly.
That was just iconic game, the very first Fable. So
yeah,
I would agree.
They're redoing one. I don't know if it's like a rebuild or is it a completely standalone.
I don't
know. I think they might be rebooting because they kind of have nowhere to go with the story.
Yeah, he's been trying for years.
he kind of saved the whole world in Fable 3. So I mean, not really a lot where you can go.
I mean,
I love the
first one
achievement
was-
where you had to get fat and eat everything. That was my favorite one. Like eating chicken wings and like turkey legs. Like
the demon doors. While there was a lot of wild shit that they had you do in order to get them to open.
Yeah,
that was funny. You had to be incredibly skinny for one of them, and then you have to be absolutely fat for the other. And
Right.
if you do certain things after you get absolutely fat, you'll at least return to a fit physique.
Oh, okay. I had one thing happen one time, like, because you can have kids with your wives and stuff, and my wife had a black kid, and I'm like, where were you when I was not around? I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, you're blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm like Caucasian. I'm like, where were you? Were you in another town or something?
Yeah.
You bitch. And then I was looking for the Maury Povich of the town, and we were going to go on a show. It's just like, you are not the father.
She was in
But,
Compton.
It actually happened. I'm like, does that happen? And my friend's like, yeah, it's like a random thing that happens. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you know
yeah,
what?
random thing that happens.
Random character generator. What can you say, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he made a black
it takes
character and went and banged
it
your
takes
wife.
the NPC character to a whole nother level, Soda.
Oh, that's what your friend did. He made another character when you were sleeping that was black and banged your wife. I mean,
Oh, if he,
God.
if
Take
if
all
he
the
did that,
question out of that. So,
you were the
so,
father.
if that
Not
doesn't
mine.
get more than 7 views on our YouTube shorts, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
It's not mine.
All right.
Oh, by the way,
what do you
YouTube
got?
actually fixed our tax stuff now. So
Oh,
because the name change, they're like, it doesn't match your name change, and I'm like, I've been sending like name change requests for them, pictures. They're like, no, you had to do a W-9 and change the name on top. Really? You're holding 30% of our YouTube revenue because the name was fucking wrong? Get
right.
fucked.
All $10.
I know, right? Like that. I want that nickel back. God damn it.
So what about you, Soda? What games do you have in mind as far as sound designs? You know, iconic sounds and stuff.
Well,
He
I gotta
really
go.
liked Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh my! I did play
I'm
that.
not
That was pretty
surprised.
funny, but sounds were not iconic. But
This
Galaga.
photograph. I'm so glad you got that because I was gonna say some shit
Look
like that.
at this
Rogue.
photograph.
I'm gonna go with Galaga and Pac-Man at the arcade.
Holy shit! He threw
Ooh.
it back.
They threw it back.
Please tell me you got
80s.
something to compete.
Everybody here, you know Galaga. And of
I
course,
heard that
it's
in my fucking dreams,
Pac-Man. That
bro.
I mean,
Yeah.
we all played that so much. Like, there wasn't home systems unless you might have had an Atari. That'd been, the Nintendo was just coming out. Like never played Galaga. Oh my god.
Oh, you gotta
my
play
God.
it. You gotta get her an emulator, dude.
Yeah. I had a
They
friend
have
who
one
was-
now. It's on a flash drive and it comes with it looks like a PlayStation controller. It's like $50, dude. It has like 1,000 games on it.
I mean, compared to today's game, Galaga is just kind of like, what the fuck is that? Like, but I would get so amazed. My buddy at the bowling alley could flip the score, and I'm just like, how in the
He can flip
fuck?
it.
Yes, he flipped.
Did he
literally-
actually hit the blue screen on on Donkey Kong as well?
I don't know. He was just he memorized all the patterns on every level.
Wow.
He'd literally go to the bowling alley like an hour and a half early just to flip Galaga because it's not how long it takes. It was like, what
Oh
the
my
fuck?
god.
Yeah.
That's hard, that game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he literally had to stop at like 999999 or whatever so he could put his name in. Like, it was pretty, but that's pretty iconic. I guess modern day games. I mean, I guess still have to go Star Wars, man. Star Wars Galaxy with the lasers, the blast.
Oh yeah.
That's probably. I mean, I
gotta
spent so
get
much
those
time in
sound
that
effects.
game, so. I mean, I'm sure there's more, but
I mean, you spent so much time in Diablo 3 as well.
yeah, but the sounds
Game's
are not.
horrible.
The sounds aren't really iconic. I mean, once you hear them once, it's kind of. Now
Yeah.
Kadala, we all talk shit about Kadala, but her voice.
Well, her
she can
sound glitches, so that's why.
She can go to hell and die, and they should put her in 4 as a boss, so you can go kill her
Oh,
whenever
yeah.
you want.
You know what? Yeah, everybody hates Kadala.
I didn't know I had that. That's the yeah. Anybody played Diablo will never forget
Why
that.
are you saying that about a white? Why did I even get a white?
But yeah, that's it. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there's a bazillion more, but I spent most of my time as a child in the arcade, probably all the way up to 15, 16 when I kind of started phasing shit out. Mortal Kombat 1, 2. Get
Ooh,
over
Mortal
here!
Kombat.
You
Mortal
know,
Kombat's a good one.
Toasty.
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 Get over here.
Those are iconic. I spent a lot of time playing Mortal
If you have a
Kombat.
gamer girlfriend, that actually works very well. Get over here.
Oh god.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Fatality.
hey, this is gonna be thrown up on
Dehydration.
YouTube. This is gonna be thrown up on YouTube at some point. Just talking to our audience there. What about you guys? Any iconic sound designs that you remember from your younger days of video gaming?
Chat as well.
Throw it in the comments under our YouTube video. Throw it in chat right now.
Right.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
One good thing about Mortal Kombat, it was made by 3 people. That's it. Every character, everything in the game, 3 people.
The freaking, I don't know how to describe the way they designed all that stuff, because
they didn't think that was going to do anything, and the guy was like, here's whatever budget he gave him, and 3 guys went and let me repeat that: 2 guys, 1 girl, because Sonya was a female. So
yeah, well, I thought it was absolutely insane, like how they got basically real people, real faces into the game.
that was
with
like
the animation. That was like the very beginning of mocap, wasn't it? But it wasn't really mocap.
That's all it was all camera recordings.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not like Fight Night where you could actually go in there and model your fighter's face to look like anybody. And I spent it was funny because I was going for a master's degree and someone brought home Fight Night. And I modeled the guy who looked like me. My friend modeled the guy who looked like him, and we put the height and weight accuracy. And I was like, I put my speed up all the way, and he's like a big, huge guy. Like he was like 6'5" and like almost 300 pounds. And we put the guys in the fight, and like I would get so many shots in, and then he hit me in the face, and then like I had like a big fucking looked like me in the boxing ring with a black eye. It was hilarious.
Nice.
Which everyone would love to see here. So. But yeah, that's everybody. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We have a big announcement, and I'm not going to like ruin it for anybody else. So I would like to either have Hero talk about this very big announcement that we just had this week, and it's going to happen on our live next week. So who wants to take the mantle on this?
I'm going to say go for it, Oni, because
all right, Oni, go for it, because I know you're a huge fan, so we're gonna just like pitch it to you. How's that sound? And pretend to sound excited about
it. I mean, I didn't expect to be the one saying it. I thought we were gonna leave it as a surprise.
Hit the side.
We will be having special guest Mr. Eric July on next week. So if you all have questions, you have fan mail, hop onto our Discord and send them to us. We would be happy to try to get in as many questions as we can. We all know that his time is very valuable. He's a very busy man, but he's willing to spend some of that time with us next week, and we couldn't be more honored, especially since his team reached out to us after seeing a clip going, hey, we'd love to speak with you guys. So
yeah.
Can you tell our audience who he is and what he does?
Oh wait, she dropped out really quick. She has to come back.
Oh.
Give her a
no,
second.
I'm still here. Sorry.
Oh no, are you okay?
He's the creator of the Rippaverse. So if you follow him on YouTube, he's known as Young Rippa, I think 59.
Yep. Young Rippa
he is
59.
a musician. He is a commentary channel, but he also he also is the head of the Rippaverse, with the opening act being eShOPS #1. So if you're looking for alternative media that wants to tell a good story with intriguing characters and really nice art, as well as listening to the fans and actually understanding that when they pay money, that's what they want. That's a company, and that's a person, an organization you want to back up. So he's going to be talking with us, and hopefully we don't make an ass of ourselves.
Right.
And
he has got a very good group over there. They're very nice. And a special shout out to Oni. Like I said, can we write something back to them the next morning? And she did it in like 10 minutes, wrote something.
I think it was like less than 5.
Yeah. What would you say, Oni? How quickly did you turn that around?
I mean, I don't know. It got done in time, so that's all that matters.
Yeah,
she's understating. She's understating how quickly she did it. But
I would like to.
I'm trying to throw her a compliment, but
I would like to throw in a little bit of
context.
Context for me. I'm incredibly excited.
Awesome.
But
we all are.
It's
yeah.
Well, I'm sure we all are to different degrees. Fuck, words are hard. Yeah,
we might have to slow down the chat on Friday because we're expecting about 1,000 people, 500 to 1,000 people to be in our live next week, guys. So we might switch it to subs only because it's gonna blow up. And we're not doing that to say, oh, you need to sub to ask a question. No, you can go to our Discord and do that, but we want to make sure that his time is very limited. We're thinking, what was the time, guys? 30 to 45 minutes?
30
that we have?
minutes to an hour. I think we got to do our own due diligence and ask what kind of timeline he's going to have, ask his handler, because we don't want to. First of all, I don't think we want to inundate him with questions. And second of all, I don't think we want to try and monopolize his time too much.
Right. We're playing it by ear, Rogue. If it gets too big, we'll switch to sub only. But if we don't get enough, if we have about 200 people, then we'll just leave it as is. We're gonna play it by ear, Rogue. So
yeah. But that being said, my fascination with him as a creative is just the reality of what kind of creative he is when it comes to, as Chieftain calls it, superpowers. This guy he is not just a creative, but he is a businessman. This guy has run and still is running multiple businesses. He's got the eShOPS books coming out, and he's building the Rippaverse. He also came from 3 different rock bands over years, and he was in the entertainment industry, musician.
I say we should do karaoke night with him.
whatever you want to call it, as far as what he's been doing since a young age. So it's and the way he articulates it on his YouTube channel is he was out there grinding when he was old enough to be out on the streets.
Right.
So he is just an awesome individual as far as his creative capabilities, and I just find that absolutely incredible. Rogue's making fun of me. I find it fascinating, but
fascinating equals stalker.
but really, he's so laid back about all of it, and it's not like, oh, I'm a big deal. It's yeah, I did it. So what? You can too.
Right, which is why he goes on big and small creator stuff. Gothic is the same way. She's a mid-level, high-level YouTuber. I think Rippa is 35 million subs on YouTube.
Here, let me check that real quick.
Yeah, well, you don't have to check it. It's just he's got a lot But it's good that, and some of the staff made the point, said it's like they had to look at our stuff first before they jumped in, because they're not the type just to jump in on any old podcast.
Mhm.
So they saw our quality of work, they saw our fans, they saw our responses on Twitter. Because I flat out tagged them on Twitter, like the one that says like, "Hey, you probably won't respond to this, but if you do, that'll be great. If not, that's fine. I know we're a small group." And he said, "Yeah, here's my friend. Here's my handler. Like, talk to her, and we'll set it up." He talked to me directly on via the Lagging Out Twitter. So, he
Bro.
tagged me directly in public. So that was
Bruh.
pretty cool.
Mhm.
So I'm like, the first thing I thought was
512,000.
Oni and
Wow.
Hero are gonna fucking flip their shit. So like I put it in the Discord chat and I got like all caps from Hero. "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god."
Yeah.
And then
Bro.
I think Oni reacted almost the same way, but a lot more subdued, like very like she was on volume, but she was pretty happy too.
I'm not gonna
because-
lie. When I first saw that, I can't remember what time it was, but I feel like it was hours before I actually realized what you had said. When I first
Mhm.
saw that, I was like, "Nah, he's got to be fucking with me," and I moved on with what I
Right.
was doing. And then I got home, and literally, it wasn't even 2 minutes before my wife walked in the door, and it was like it hit me like a fucking ton of bricks, and I'm sitting there staring at it on my phone, staring at it like I didn't
Mhm.
know how to react.
Just so
And-
the context, guys, I screen grabbed the response and I put it in the Discord for them to see. So so they knew I wasn't faking it. I mean, I could have photoshopped it; they wouldn't have
You
known.
could have,
But
I'm sitting there staring at it, and my wife walks in the door, and I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" And my wife's like, "Are you okay?" And I just went phone in her face, and she's like, "What?" And then she's like, "Congratulations!" And then I brought up one of his videos and started playing it. I'm like, "Oh, that guy!" And then I brought up one of the songs he sang, and I started playing it. And she's like, "Are you fucking serious?"
and what did I tell you guys last year about stuff like this? What did I say? I said,
This
you know
is
what I
the
said?
year?
No, I said that eventually we're gonna be getting into circles that other places are not going to get, because the quality of the talent here inside the room, the quality of the chat and the producers that are in the chat and our chat themselves is going to bring people here. And Soda makes a great point. Like it sounds braggadocious if we say it offline, but we do say something to the effect is why aren't we growing faster than we are now? And Soda's been offered partner a while back on his own channel, and he's like, "You guys are we're doing the same thing I was doing back then. I'm shocked that we only get like 6 or 7 viewers and not like 50 or 60." And maybe this might be a break, maybe it won't be, but you know what? At least we're doing good content, and that's due to the people that are here.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Right, guys? I got to hear everybody, make sure they're not falling asleep. The host.
Yes.
Is everybody here?
I bring that level down. Oh, please. Come on, Raven.
Deep
We
dive.
must watch the
easy.
video when I went.
This is a big deal for us. Let's
Yeah,
put
it's a
it
pretty
that
big
way.
deal.
I think it is a big deal, because Young Rippa on his own has 512,000 subs.
Oh, okay.
He walks in circles with geeks and gamers. He walks in circles with big name comic creators, Ethan Van Sciver, obviously Gabe El Taib. He's got a couple other colorists that I don't remember the name of off the top of my head. He pulls in Chuck Dixon. These are big name comics peoples.
Mhm.
Right.
And not only that, well, Geeks and Gamers isn't a comics group. They're an entertainment, like, multiple topic
Thank you, Rogue Raven.
channel. um they talk about theme parks, they talk about video games. They've got a channel they call Sports Wars. So they do multiple things for geeks and gamers. They're not just one channel, and I think they're somewhere in the neighborhood of 300,000 subs.
Oh, okay. I was over exaggerating just by like
A couple
34.5 million.
But this he's kind of a big deal, and he
Yeah.
doesn't just do the YouTuber circuit. He's
Right.
been in mainstream media. He's been on Fox News. I think he's been on some other.
Yeah, he's been on like a lot of cable news stuff.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, we're gonna have Kathleen Kennedy on
And
because
Joe
Hero
Biden.
requested
Gets
it.
fired.
Wow. We are not gonna ask Angry Joe because on at the same time because that might be like
That'd be
extremely
funny.
toxic, and I would not be able to help myself and just
I mean, it doesn't help that Angry Joe is a toxic piece of shit. But hey.
right. I mean,
That
he's
would be
going
brutal.
against July, who's been red pilled, and
I don't even think he'd be like red pill.
I took the whole fucking prescription, bro. But yeah, like Jose Vargas, Angry Joe, like, well, we're gonna bring that up with him and just tell him how much of it we agree with him and how much of a piece of shit he is. And we've actually made multiple videos against Angry Joe because he's a hack. But I wouldn't like. I'm not gonna rehash that. But anyways. Got a small penis. Anyways,
Whoa.
small penis boy. So it looks like we have another segment up. So Eric July, we're excited. Next week, get here early. Make sure you tell your friends and make sure they bring their wallets because we're expecting a lot of subs from this because we want your fucking money. Just kidding.
Give us some fucking money.
All right, Soda. Jeez.
Please,
Oh my God, you greedy little bitch.
I am. Gotta be greedy. We ain't got much time left. You know, we're old.
We're old. More than half our life is gone.
We're almost
As Oni would say, we're speed running life.
We're people with gray in
How
our
are you
beard.
speed running when you're older than I am?
I don't know. I keep on getting these like retries and respawns. I think that's what it is. But I look younger. I've been told that. That's my story and sticking to it. Anyway, here's Heroes Hard Drive. Let's cue the graphic. Why did it go to the old one?
No, that's the correct one.
Wow, that's weird. Okay. Why did it do that?
Because it's picked the two sexiest guys here.
I guess. There you go.
There we go.
The two sexiest guys, and then there's Hero.
Oh, so what do we got on the topic today?
Heroes Hard Drive. Do 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 do. Internet users and the Govey's taxes. Oh, here we go with politics. Even though we don't talk about politics, but here we go.
It's relevant.
Rogue Raven wants to know how big your hard drive is. Rogue, does the size of your hard drive really matter, or is it the contents inside of it? The giggity just made it clip worthy.
It was the giggity with a question mark.
Oh, she said both. Okay.
Well, I guess
Good call.
I'm in good hands then, as long as they're hers. No, I'm kidding. Oh man, guess that was clip worthy. So the actual
She's
context of this.
gay. Go ahead. Can't get to the 01001 in my 1 gigabyte.
Yeah, 1 gig. Oh boy.
He wants me to buy a bigger hard drive. That's what Hero told me to do. He's like, you need to get a bigger hard drive for your boot drive.
Oh Lord. Anyways, so the context of this slide, because it's important. I actually had to look up the name of this legislation.
Oh God.
In California, it's been
What
dubbed
an idiot.
journalism usage fee.
Wow.
This legislation was proposed in California as a measure to tax digital advertising companies like Google, Facebook, Twitter, all of these big media giants,
Conglomerates.
the big conglomerates, they get taxed for content they use from news outlets, quote unquote. Because why would they do this? Because the news people, the news guys, the traditional, as some people call, legacy media groups are losing money because YouTubers, Twitch users, people that deliver news to the internet to viewers that are not the people behind desks on cable television, they're eating their lunch. What we're doing, reading news off the internet and delivering it in, well, mostly in unbiased fashion, is
It's fake news.
destroying legacy media effectively. Because heck, I've seen YouTube videos talking about news that wasn't delivered by an actual news outlet, that was delivered by a dude with a camera in his own bedroom, get more views.
Hey, shut up, dude.
The
You talking about me?
Whoa.
No. The get more views than the ratings of CNN and Fox News.
It's
Like,
true.
seriously. And it's really embarrassing, and it's really hurting the legacy media. And that's kind of the point of this. The short version, because I'm not going to sit down here and read to you all this entire fucking article, because
Story
Please
time.
don't.
it is
Thank you. I
entirely
second
too
that.
long. It is entirely too long. But ultimately, the short version is that if Google links to, or YouTube links to, a news outlet like, I don't know, CNN, Fox, Variety, all of these other companies, there's going to be a tax per click, is what this proposal makes. And this is out of California. So if you know it's
Well, I
coming
mean,
out of
someone's got to pay for
California-
those tents in LA.
Yeah.
Right? And all the drugs.
then-
See, Rogue is picking up what I'm putting down.
Well, they go back to a more responsible journalistic fashion. It might not be a problem. Yeah, she's right.
She's
Well,
not
if
wrong.
they just actually did the truth, like Uncle Walter Cronkite used to do back in the day,
All right.
you never knew
Also-
Walter Cronkite's political affiliation. He played it down the middle,
This
you know.
is Walter
And
Cronkite.
as everyone already knows, we hash this every week. Soda and I are professors, and when we teach down the middle. Not so much Soda because he does more art based, but I teach more history based. I'm teaching animation history now, and we're talking about, here we go, guys, wait for it, fascism and communism in animation.
no.
So
I already know where this
Joseph
is going.
Goebbels and the USSR and everything was put in there. We were talking about propaganda, but the media, it should never be, oh, you got that from Fox News, that's not true. Oh, you got
Yeah,
that from
right.
CNN, that's not true. That should never be the case, but that's
Holy
the world we
shit.
live in.
Chief,
What?
Rogue's from Ohio.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's why she's growing an extra arm right now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like no one knew about the Palestine incident here in Ohio unless you are in Ohio or neighboring states. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I thought you knew she was in Ohio.
I didn't know about Rogue being in Ohio. I knew
Zombie is too. Yeah, but
She's got an
Yeah.
extra boob.
oh my god,
That's
it's
hot.
like I was
No, I'm
thinking about
kidding. I'm kidding.
that
Don't kill
fish
me.
with the third eye in The Simpsons.
Hello.
Yep, the fish. with the
Rogue,
eye.
you weren't here when we were talking about Palestine a couple of weeks ago, but I was saying
Yo.
that I was saying that people are gonna get superpowers from it and shit. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so
that-
you're gonna
that
get an
was
extra boob. That's a
actually-
superpower.
You
Send
would
us a
have
picture,
probably
send
been-
pics.
You would have probably been like real appreciative of it because we talked about it for probably about 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Our prayers go. Do you live near there, Rogue? Do you live near Palestine? I know that's
Total
near.
recall.
It's closer to the Pennsylvania border. So.
West Virginia.
We love
West,
the triple boob and Total
West,
Recall.
take me home to a place where I belong. Come on, Oni, sing it with me. West Virginia.
No, because you're also singing it wrong. So
Damn.
Shut down.
I just remember Bob Denver going on the Muppet Show, singing that.
Anyways,
Anyway,
I'm
Magma
just
Soldier
gonna...
laughed with you, Oni, by the way, in the chat.
Hmm?
He laughed with you in the chat. He put LOL.
Oh.
He's here for the flamethrower.
Yep.
Wait, who's here for the flamethrower?
Magma Soldier.
Oh, well, I mean, everyone likes flamethrower, or as they call it, a long-range torch.
There you go.
Where
I
you
saw
can
the
stand
picture
back
of you
25
and the
feet
evil
still
look
have-
on your fucking face holding it. It was great. I loved it. Like, that should be on a fucking t-shirt. It's like, I'm sorry, what'd you say? Or I don't know. What's one thing that Oni says all the time that we say it? But we should put that on the shirt with a high
Come at me, I fucking
contrast.
dare you.
That's it. Come at me, I fucking dare you. That's perfect. If I have Oni's permission to do so, I'll give her a percentage.
Yeah, sure, I don't care.
So I don't.
Yes,
but
you
the
do.
water goes down
Money.
to the Ohio River, which leads to the Mississippi. Columbus seems to be okay somehow.
Oh, okay. She's in Columbus.
What was it that I was saying the whole time I was pissing and moaning and fucking screeching about this issue? The Ohio River feeds the Mississippi, which services the majority of America with fresh water.
Yeah.
No offense, that's a geography lesson.
That is.
If you don't know how to look at a map, that's on you.
I agree.
I'm gonna
but
Google
apparently people are like not giving a fuck because this is not all over the fucking news and hasn't been all over the fucking news since it happened.
Well, no, because those are just hillbillies. They're just from Ohio. Who cares about them?
Or
Right.
as Mr. Biden would say, because he went across the pond and I had a whole fucking meltdown on a short about it, saying that our fucking potato of a fucking president went across the pond on vacation to slob some foreigner's fucking knob. But hey,
Did you like what I did with that edit?
That was
and had him walking up the stairs and falling as you were talking.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was horrible. No, you know what?
You blew out his mic.
Look, if you want to say
In
something
his
else,
inaugural event,
Oh.
everybody. What's that?
You cut out. You were talking about the edit and you cut out.
But they said, well, Ohio is not really one of the richest states in the union, and they they went for Trump. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I failed to see why that should fucking matter. We're the United States.
Exactly, that's my
under
point.
One banner.
Right, and
Even
my point
though I hate
is
California and hope it crumbles into the ocean. It's still a part of the United States, and there's still good people there. We should still want to support them, even though they keep voting for bills that are literally bad for everybody.
Exactly, I totally agree.
I say this with my birth certificate saying I was born in California, which explains a lot, doesn't it?
But as Chief eloquently pointed out when we were talking
Not so
about
eloquently,
that,
but
that's what I said. Fucking Biden didn't show up there at all. And why didn't he show up there? Why didn't he go there and went across the ocean instead? Oh, because they went red. So he don't fucking care.
Yeah, Booty Judge went.
Yeah, 2 days after Trump.
After he missed several.
Idiot.
But I mean, you should. You know what? I've been to Ohio. It's very the places I went were rural, but is a nice place to be. It's nice. When I was there visiting Zombie Killer, she took me on a tour, and she goes, "I'll go. What's that on the left?" She's like, "Soy." I go, "What's that on the right?" "That's corn." And then we went down 2 miles. I go, "What's that on the left?" "That's corn." And what's that on the right? "That's soy." So I had like It's all corn and soy where she lives.
Mhm.
It's the breadbasket, you know. There's a lot. It's a lot of farmland there. Yeah, they have Cincinnati, they have Columbus, they have Canton, Cincinnati, where you're. But yeah, Rogue says it's accurate. Yeah, and
I got
it's
family
it's
that comes from a small place outside of, is it Canton? I think it's close to Canton.
the Football Hall of Fame is, right?
Called Steubenville. Is where a lot of my family came
Steubenville?
from. Yep.
I mean, I think it's cheaper to live there than it is Florida. From just talking with Zombie, she was a former host on the show on the YouTube channel and a founder. She bought a house, I would say a couple of years ago. It was like 2.25. It was like a 5 or 6 bedroom. You try to buy that where I live in Port Orange. Hero knows where I am. You would buy a house like that, a 4 or 5 bedroom, would cost you $500,000
easily.
Easy. So it's like, if you can deal with the winners, it's fine. But Cleveland is where the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is, and the and Football Hall of Fame. Oh, I thought the Football Hall of Fame was in Canton, but I guess I know I got confused. I know there's a couple of Hall of Fames in Ohio, but yeah, Football Hall of Fame, yeah.
So
but I mean, it's a nice. It's really shitty that he did that, because his inaugural address, which is, you know, everyone's is bullshit. He goes, "I'm everybody's president." Okay, I'll give you a chance for 24 hours. And in 24 hours, he increases fucking Hero's insulin to like $250 a month, right? And then just recently just reverses it that makes it $25 a month. Says, "Look, I saved America." You're a fucking tool, dude. But
dude,
he's very vindictive. He's a very angry man, and he's gonna make people suffer. I don't like that.
Because you bring it up, I gotta.
Every president's a joke. That's true.
That's pretty true. Since you brought it up, I gotta mention this incident that happened legitimately over Christmas break. Like,
all right,
literally.
But they're turning the internet into a what do they call that? A
cash cow.
not a cash cow, but a utility.
Yep.
They're taxing it like a utility. But go ahead.
But since you bring it up and you mention the insulin thing,
yeah,
I'm
sorry for outing you on that. Was I not supposed to?
I don't care.
I have a bad habit of doing that.
No.
And I
because of simply, I'm just you mentioned one in particular, insulin. That I had a legitimate panic attack, and it's not because of depression or anxiety or any, well, it could be because of mental health issues. I'm a veteran, but
yeah,
I had a legitimate, like, I was all the way at 110% in my anger meter. I was furious, and the people behind the counter were very fortunate that I was able to control myself just enough because at the end of the day, I got what I needed. But there was some sort of issue in the system, glitch, bug in the system, whatever you want to fucking call it, within the VA, where when they ordered my insulin, they never logged it as shipped or something in the system, where basically they said, "Hey, he's getting this. It should be delivered by this point in time." And I submitted for another order, and they just moved the order that I had submitted for, because I was running out, to after the time that I would have been done using the insulin based on their prediction, not their predictions, but based on the scheduled usage. So I would have received that package that I had just ordered in a month and a half, rather than by
That's scary.
tomorrow. And if anybody understands what insulin is for, y'all would know exactly why I was very worried.
Your pancreas creates insulin, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And then having diabetes, your pancreas is compromised and not producing enough insulin for your body to function, and not having the right amount two things will happen. You go into a shock, or like there's two extremes that like you go. I don't know what it is.
The easiest way to explain it is
it's hard to explain.
When your body consumes and processes sugar,
right,
it ends up in your bloodstream.
Right.
It ends up in your bloodstream before it processes the sugar, and then your body processes out the sugar. When your bloodstream has too much sugar in it, it ends up having the consistency of maple syrup or thicker. Too much sugar in your body would mean that your blood would flow like molasses, forcing your heart to work harder.
So you'd be like a walking like Mrs. Butterworth going around the house, right?
Yeah,
essentially, if you didn't have your insulin. That's a horrible way to die.
Your body literally starts dying and turning purple and everything when you have constantly too much sugar.
What are you saying, Oni?
Please.
It's why you hear about certain instances where eventually some diabetics have amputations, usually starting with the feet, because the body just can't keep flowing there. It's an extremity, and it just it starts to keep trying to keep the blood flow close to the core where the heart is and the lungs and all the other important shit that they deem more important than your limbs. And by disrupting insulin, it basically puts everything at risk, because yes, your body does need sugar. It uses sugar as energy, good stuff. But by fucking up like that, it's putting people at risk. So I'm sorry you had to go through that. I'm glad it was taken care of quickly.
Yeah.
But it doesn't surprise me that the VA would mess up.
It's
shocker,
not,
right?
Well, I mean, it was a bug in the system, and when I caught it, I tried calling directly to the offices, and then I tried calling my doctor, and then I reached out to who was before the holidays my my pharmacist, who had gotten promoted to a regional position, so he wasn't my pharmacist anymore. And I said, hey, look, dude, I know you're not my assigned pharmacist anymore, and you're like the boss of a lot of people, but motherfucker, where is my insulin? I am sorry for cussing at you, but dude, I ordered my insulin almost a month ago and I still haven't received it. I am on my last dose this night. I go on vacation tomorrow and I will be out of town. I need something now. And no, Rogue. Type 2 doesn't make enough insulin. You said type 2 makes too much. That's why I disagree. But
now I'm completely confused.
Well, at least sorry.
But
go ahead, finish it. I had a funny line. Go ahead.
When I was talking to him, finally he's like, okay, I see what happened. It got moved to your order got moved to whenever you received this order. Didn't you receive this order? No, it never showed up, dude. And he's like, aha. So the system marked it as delivered. It was never delivered. That's why.
They're taking lessons from Amazon.
So, yeah, exactly. So what ended up happening is he cut me an emergency prescription. And here's where I got irate. The emergency prescription.
Irate means mad, everybody.
Emergency prescription based on the healthcare industry and the pharmacy industry, like the people who fill your prescriptions, you get only 5 days supply of whatever it is that you need. That's it. If it is an emergency prescription, you get a 5-day supply. Get this. One of those insulin pens is a 10-day supply. So
they're going to get you like a cut-off pencil amount?
Exactly. That's exactly what the pharmacy that I went to said. The very first pharmacy said, we can't cut you this. this will only cover 5 days and we cannot break a pen in half. And I said, excuse me, this is the VA. Charge the VA any extra. No, we can't do that here. Excuse me? Yeah, we're not authorized to charge the VA directly.
So I'm going to die on your fucking floor. How about that, assholes?
And
I defended the fucking country and you can't give this to me? Get fucked.
This is why
Dude, I would have cut you a fucking check for the 10-day supply, man. You know I would have given you the money.
This was a problem.
But Soda's rich. He would have probably done it.
I went round and round and round with these people. And finally I said, fine, where can I get this filled? Well, one of the corporate stores could bill the VA directly, but we can't. Why didn't you fucking tell me that 30 fucking minutes ago, jackass?
Right.
I need to know.
Sorry.
He's gonna do that like Pulp Fiction bullshit. He's gonna fall like draw a dot on his chest and just gonna fucking pass out and be like 1, 2. Ah!
I
can understand if. Sorry.
Go ahead, please.
I can understand if this were some tiny town and they don't really deal with the VA. I could sort of understand. But in which case, then you get a manager to go, hey, look, I have no idea what's going on. But the fact that these are major cities with a naval hospital, with a Veterans Affairs office, and a Veterans Affairs hospital, you would think.
2 Veterans Affairs offices, Navy hospital, freaking an Air Force base.
You would think that they would know, or at least that they would have protocol on how to handle the VA, how to handle emergencies. Like just to say, we can't fill that here. You would have to go to our corporate office. We can call them and let them know to expect you.
Just so everybody knows, we're talking about internet users and the government taxes, but we're still talking about
the VA because
Hero's pancreas.
That at this point was not the VA though. I'm sorry, Oni. I do agree with a lot of the.
You guys have TRICARE?
TRICARE.
Oni, do you have TRICARE and Hero?
No, I don't use the VA.
Oh, okay.
I've jumped away from their radar. They don't know I'm out here, and I'm okay with that.
It's probably better off.
I have health insurance through where I work. Okay,
right?
It's probably better. Look, let me just tell you, I went to
really quick, Oni. I'm sorry, really quick, but when you're older, you might want to consider that as a secondary or a tertiary. But go ahead.
I can't.
You can't.
Once you fall off the radar, you can't go back on there. So I'm okay with that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yep. No, you're good.
All I'm going to say is that is a personal choice of more than one veteran. Only you choosing that path, you're not the first that I know of personally that I'm close to.
Oh, I know.
I disagree with the points because it has gotten extremely better even since I joined into the VA system. But the reputation of the VA has preceded itself for many, 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 many years. To this day, my dad is still fighting, and he's in his 60s.
Talk to my mom and dad about like they keep on billing the wrong insurance. They have 3 insurances, and every 6 months she has to fill out the same paperwork to TRICARE, to all these. I go, Mom, why don't you just? I tell her, scan it in, write it once, have it on your computer, and then print it out and send it to them every 6 months. When I say they're incompetent, Hero, like I hear them on the phone all the time. They're like, she's like, they can't be this fucking stupid, are her almost exact words. So
I've heard that woman raging.
I tell everybody, I'm the quiet one. Go ahead.
Let me just say, I remember this was. I don't remember if it was 2021 or 2020. It had to have been 2021. I think it was 2021. I made an appointment to just talk to a counselor, see if maybe there was something going on, maybe physically or mentally or whatever. And they wanted me to log whatever was happening and, any changes I could tell. It's been 2 years since then. Nothing fucking came of it.
Wow.
So that I don't.
You know what? I had a bit of
I don't
mental
know.
issues when I went through some job placement issues right after I got out.
Oh,
Within the
makes
first
sense.
year, I went through some mental issues there. It was like I was like, I don't know what's going on, until finally my wife said, "Go get help. You've pushed me to a point to where I've been considering just leaving." And I was like, "What? I didn't even know anything was wrong." And so I went in, talked to the mental health guy. You know what the motherfucker told me? And this is
Stress.
why this was one of those moments, one of those classic VA reputation moments. He said, "Go out for a walk."
Bruh.
What
Yeah.
the really?
What?
The counselor I had,
Jesus.
the counselor I had in the Marine Corps when I was still in, I liked him. He just listened to me as I vented all my things going on through the week, as I was improving,
agree,
getting
Rogue.
better. He was cool. And I hope he's doing well. He was awesome.
Go for a walk.
But I just
there's a little bit more to that, but I'm letting Oni finish.
Oh yeah, definitely. My concern was that I didn't know if I was just imagining things, or if I was stressed, or if maybe my hormones were causing problems.
Right.
Do I have an idea now? Hell no. I only have the seeming evidence that I've got right now. Nothing's fucking changed in terms of that. Nothing came of it. Obviously, I'm still alive, for better or worse, but
Yeah,
whatever.
you scare us with your language sometimes, like when you say stuff.
That's called black humor.
Like, I'm so scared. Like, is Oni kidding, or is it just dark humor? I really get scared when sometimes you talk. I'm like, do you like, I never know. I don't think you're ever gonna get to the point of self-harm, but I don't know if I don't want to speak for anyone else here, but I love you to death. And I get scared, and I think about it after stream, and like, was she kidding? Was she not kidding? And I get scared.
I do appreciate the concern. It's my way
I'm almost in tears right now thinking about it.
It's my way of venting some of those darker thoughts that I have.
Oof.
I have the idea of the only way I'm going to be taken off this earth is either natural causes, or someone is forcibly removing me from this earth. And it's just that sometimes I understand the call of the void. If anyone's ever heard of it, it's a really interesting concept. If you've never heard of it, the call of the void is essentially those dark thoughts, those intrusive thoughts that seem so out of the ordinary to you, and they're so unnerving. So the idea of, let's say you're driving down the road and you're near a cliff, and you go, what if I turn my steering wheel off the cliff? That's considered call of the void.
Yeah.
I'm of the mindset of
Catholic faith has a different thing.
I'm not saying listen to the call of the void, but I don't want to be afraid of the void. I'd rather understand what it is, and that it's still a part of me. That
I get it.
I recognize that darkness, and that it's okay to recognize that darkness. What's not okay is to wallow in it, or to let it consume you. Understand that there will be times where you and the darkness become friends, but
I have a dark
it's also, but it's okay to just accept the fact that you're sad, or that you're angry. They're not they're not bad emotions. People who go, you shouldn't feel mad. It's like, bitch, don't tell me what to feel. That just makes me more angry. Please go ahead and tell me how I'm supposed to feel. I will fucking wreck you. But I just have those moments. And sometimes it's just my way of getting that out. Also, because I'm a huge fan of dark humor, because you know what, if you don't laugh, you cry. And it's just one of those things where if I'm willing to make a joke about it, I want other people to know that they can joke about it too, that they are not alone in those feelings of anger, frustration, of darkness. We all have different levels of it, but it's there. So yeah, long story short, I'm not with the VA. They don't know I'm out here, which is totally fine with me.
Deep Dive
Yeah.
Gaming has something to say. I just want to catch up on the chat really quick before you finish your thought. Mariner says, even more, we need Oni to cosplay as Wednesday Addams after that whole narrative.
With
I was
the
hoping you'd
hatchet.
forget about that.
With a hatchet, he says. And then Rogue says, luckily, quite a few of us have things we have dealt with in the past that no one should ever have to deal with, but we end up making the best support system. And then Hero said yes. And then Badger goes, yee. That's true. Go ahead and finish your thought.
So,
No, I was done with that. Sorry for
Okay.
derailing the entire situation.
No, it's
you're
good.
fine.
Like, I'm
It's
just
been
switching through
derailed
slides,
for a
fucking
minute.
around.
It's been derailed for a hot minute.
Yeah, we have 8,000 viewers in here now, so it's fine.
Doubt.
So
I don't have my other glasses on, so it looks like it says 8,000.
Also doubt, but but I will finish off what I was talking about with the guy that said go for a walk. He gave a very medical answer, a very, very medical answer, talking about serotonin, sunlight, and all that stuff. You're just not getting enough sunlight was effectively what he was saying.
My doctor told me that too.
And all I can say to that was,
I got to go get my cowboy hat over there.
I never
didn't think anyone was
went
gonna hit
back
that
to
button.
that guy.
Whoa.
Say it ain't so.
I never went back to mental health at that care facility. I'll put it that way. So at the end of the day, my problem was a little bit more of struggling with the
Job
idea
hunting.
of going, the idea of getting out of the army and going to civilian job, and some of the things that happen while in the army, coupled with, now living a regular life.
Basically redefining yourself. Like, who am I after the army? Who is Hero without the army? It's
Question
scary.
is,
That's scary.
do you still make your bed like you're in the army?
No, because I have a wife.
Whoa!
Oh, that's sexist as
Oh, I would not
fuck,
say it
dude.
that way.
Wow.
My dude.
Clap.
Okay, so
I'm
if
sending
Hero
that to
comes
your
up
wife.
missing, if Hero comes up missing, now we know why, and allegedly this never happened. And hey, if you need help hiding the body, you know where to find us.
Well,
I am Italian. We know how to do that. I just saw
okay,
Goodfellas again as a reminder.
To put this into perspective, and what makes because I say it this way for a reason. For many years before I got married and before I even joined the army, I had a pristine room. My dad, bless his heart for all of his faults and everything that, makes him a great man, take him, all of it, good with the bad. He was very much strict, by the book, military style, everything. Hospital corner folds, fold all your clothes, put them away in the dresser, everything. My room, pristine all the time. All the way up until the army. Nothing ever changed for me in that respect. And then I got married. I continued that for the longest time. And then all of a sudden, I started having
There was
an
a
issue.
child.
No, not even to the child yet. All of a sudden, I had an issue with keeping the room clean. And I did not understand why things had suddenly changed. And it was because the life habits of my wife. It's not that I don't make my bed the same way, hospital corners, pristine room, everything, because my wife does it for me. It's because her habits were the way they were, to the point to where I was like, I'm not going to keep doing this, because no matter what, within 5-10 minutes of me cleaning my room or cleaning things that I usually keep clean, things that I usually made, they ended up messed up within 5 seconds. Hurricane Lil Red came through because she was looking for her specific outfit her specific dress, and she wanted to be cute because my God, when she wants to be cute, she will strut her fucking stuff and nobody can tell her otherwise. But if she doesn't find that
No one can tell her
specific
otherwise
dress,
anyways.
sorry?
No one can stand in her way otherwise. I'm not doing that.
If she cannot find that specific dress, she will rip the entire room apart to find it.
I'd have an anxiety attack if that happened.
And
well, Hero knows because like
on.
I freaking like compress dust and clean my computer. Like if I could put it in a wash and clean it, I would do it. He's like, you're fucking psycho with your cable management and cleaning shit. Like I don't know how you do that.
It's smoke and mirrors, man. It's
Yeah.
smoke and mirrors. You
like
hide the ones that
cooler.
you can't get to fold the way you want it.
Yeah. I know how to do. My mom taught me how to do hospital corners when I was a kid, because we had to learn how to do wash whites and colors because she broke her hand and her foot at the same time in New York.
Damn.
And the washer and dryer was in the basement. So my brother and I had to learn how to do all that stuff. Hospital corners, do the laundry, put the clothes in, like did the family's laundry at like age 12.
I
Can you
don't
hear
know
me?
what the hell you're talking about.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Nope.
I'm listening.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Nobody
okay.
can hear you.
So I totally get it. Like even when I was like in LA, like contracts, even not my own bed, you know, renting a furnished bedroom and stuff like that, like for like because I was a hired gun for a company, so to speak. I was keeping everything pristine and let's see, how am I going to put this without making me sound like a whore? But I bring a girl home after a date.
Ladies.
Yeah, bringing a lady home after a date or something, like, wow, your room is so clean, and they appreciate it. Like, oh wow, like your bedroom's really clean, and sometimes you would get a home run, you know. But
Don't worry, you brought the ones home you didn't want to turn the lights on for. So.
well, oh my god.
Meanwhile, I just
Wow.
do my laundry, and apparently it bugs the shit out of my family because I don't sort my laundry. Okay.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you knew this, but most of my clothes are on the scale of grays and blacks.
Yeah.
So I don't see the point in sorting colors because it's all dark anyways. Who fucking cares? This apparently is not the proper response because apparently it drives other people crazy. But luckily,
I'm sorry.
luckily I'm the one doing my
tell
laundry,
your family
so...
black is a fucking color. Black's a color. Like shades
no,
of black
not
are
that,
colors.
It's not that it isn't a. It's not that it isn't that. It's the fact that typically you sort lights with lights and darks with darks, and then you set your like super delicates and whatnot or towels.
Mine goes in a gradient.
But no, I'm just like, fuck it. It's all clothing. It's unless it's like the horrendous clothes when I used to work at Cracker Barrel, which went in its own separate wash because they were horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
It goes together. It's clothing. It goes in the washing machine and goes in the dryer, and then you take it out and do it. Whatever. So, but apparently this is not the way to approach laundry. So don't hire me for your laundry service. Hire me for
I can
pest
teach you how to
removal.
fold t-shirts perfectly. It's amazing. We could like maximize the space of your area.
Maximize it, yes, because I'm taking up so much space here.
I only react the way I do
basically live in a closet.
to your choice of not sorting because I was raised by a woman that comes from a very strict culture where you sort by colors, you sort by
that's racist.
Underwears and materials and pants and shirts. You sort it all. It's very, very,
so
very sorted.
That's fucked up. Like you segregate your clothes. That's fucking racist, dude. I mean, I'm gonna tell your wife, man.
And
Yeah,
this was how I was raised when it comes to laundry, because that's the way they do it in the Philippines. And
I mean, it does make sense.
It is a very, in that being the case, it's not just the Philippines that are like that. And just gonna go and say it, Asian culture in general is strict when it comes to washing clothes and sorting laundry like that.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question.
damage.
Does my family seem at all typical in any form or fashion?
The
Absolutely.
way you drive,
not,
yes.
Whoa.
But I will
Not
say,
you, but her mom. She said it before.
I'm questioning, how were you raised? Were you raised to do the sorting as well, or no?
I was technically raised to where yes, you wash the different materials with different materials, and delicates go with delicates. But because I live alone, because I do my own stuff, I don't follow that because there's not enough laundry to give a shit. Look, I left so much of my clothing in a storage unit that I had to buy 2 extra pairs of pants, and I had to buy a third because the other one died.
You have to just go to Mr. Washy Washy and you're good.
What?
You know, South Park?
Mr. Washy.
I don't watch enough South Park.
The dry cleaner. There's a dry cleaner called Mr. Washy, right? Or is that another cartoon? Never mind. Go
I
ahead.
have no idea.
I don't think it's South Park.
I think it's Family Guy.
Anyways, I digress.
Family Guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
Family
that's Family Guy. I digress. I was just curious if you were raised in that fashion.
Not the way your stepmom did that. No.
My stepmom was also very traditional and strict in a lot of regards.
Yeah,
so
but you also
not
have to
everybody
remember
went to her extreme.
Yeah, but again, not a typical family, not typical in the slightest. So people go, "Oh, so this is what your life was like?" No.
Talking about places where you can get clothes, Amazon. And speaking of Amazon, will Amazon be buying Twitch? And is Twitch for sale? Let me just do a little prayer to the internet gods. Internet gods, if Amazon does buy Twitch, please lower the partner requirements and please put us up in the algorithm. Amen.
So hold on. We're skipping context.
Go ahead and I have my notes covered. I'm sorry.
Amazon might be selling.
Sorry. Amazon might be selling it. My bad. I got it switched
that was
up.
what was going on.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
You got that
This
all
is an
fucked up.
opinion.
I fucked that
piece.
all up, right? There's no notes in the notebook. The note thing. I know we spoke about it last night, but
Oh my gosh! Wait.
Huh.
So you remember how Facebook bought Mixer?
yeah,
And how
Uh-oh.
TikTok bought Musically?
yeah.
And where are they now? It wasn't
What if
Facebook, it was
Elon Musk's
Microsoft.
Twitter?
Wait, no, you're right.
What if Elon Musk's Twitter buys Twitch?
I got some thoughts on that.
All right, let's go around the bin.
Okay.
Let's start with Hero. Go to and then we'll have Soda and Oni fight it out with Oni with the flamethrower.
Oni wins. I quit.
Oh, come on. Don't give her a default.
No, fuck that.
He's so afraid of Oni.
Somebody, what?
Oni,
Right,
he's honest to God scared shit of you.
I don't know why. I'm not dangerous at all. I'm not terrifying.
He talks about. He's like, I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna piss off Oni. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna hit with the fucking like every day. I'm gonna get hit with the flamethrower. I'm gonna get like he's fucking obsessed of him getting hit with the flamethrower because he's scared as shit of you.
You're like 1,000 miles away. What am I gonna do to you?
I don't know. It's just like I don't know. He's like, I'm gonna take a Xanax so that way I don't feel this way.
Ask me if he ever pisses off your sister.
Yeah.
I think Oni likes that, and on some level, you gotta like that a little bit.
Respect.
I mean, I don't want people to just be afraid of me because they're afraid of me.
Better be for a reason.
And part of me goes, it's funny, but at the same time, it's really
it's
not
tongue-in-cheek.
conducive to a healthy working relationship, friendship, or familial relationships. Doesn't tend to go well.
It's tongue-in-cheek, I think, more than anything.
Oh yeah, well, I would hope so.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny though, the conversations. Like he'll just say it, and it's like that's funny. Like, 'cause you'll know she'll explode later. It'll just build up like like a nuclear bomb, and then it'd be like boom. You know what's been bothering me? I've been holding it in, but I wasn't ready to say anything. What? What now? What did I do now? Insert person here. What did I do now? But anyways, go ahead, Hero, about the context of Twitch and Amazon, and if they're selling or not.
In literally the last week, Amazon CEO stepped down, quit, bye-bye, going to go take care of my family. Literally said that.
Oh my God.
Literally said he was going to take care of his family.
A fucking cop-out, dude.
2 days later, Amazon announces with no warning, no lube, no sort of preparation.
Wow, dude. Whoa, dude.
Nothing. 9,000 jobs. I'm sorry. Wrong company. There's been a lot of layoffs in the IT industry.
Wow, what the fuck?
The percentage was, well, the fraction given is a third. Twitch has 1,100 employees. They laid off somewhere in the neighborhood of 400.
Someone do the math for that. What percentage of the workforce is that? Someone like.
That's like.
Math is hard.
Like 33%, give or take.
Who's good at math, Oni?
Not me.
I'm sitting in a dark room.
Hold on, I got you real quick. 1,100. No, let's. No.
Thank you for not taking that in a racist way, because it wasn't.
That is kind of funny.
1-0-1-1-0-0-0-1-0-0-1.
36%.
36%. Deep Dive said 40%. So somewhere, okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yep.
Holy shit. That's more than AOC did, losing those jobs in the Bronx.
Damn.
Wonder why that might be.
Oh, damn, dude. And why do you think that is? Why do you think they laid off people on the bottom? Anybody? Anybody here? Why they lay off the people that are actually trying to feed their families and not the golden parachute bitches at the top?
Because management isn't going to cut themselves. They're going to shift the blame. Shit rolls downhill, right?
It's all Hero's fault.
Uh-oh, where'd Oni go?
Just know,
Again,
and a big
heaven forbid I turn on the camera.
When you turn off the camera, it like messes the comp up. But yeah, that's why if you do that, it shoot me a message when shoot me a message when you're gonna do that, and I'll switch the shots over. So that way, if you don't want to.
Sorry, I just needed to turn on the light.
Oh, no worries. No. I okay. No, it's just like trying to keep it going. Go ahead.
Anyways, so that being said, that is a sign in general, in business, in an economy, people from the outside looking in. Layoffs are a sign of slumping profits, sign of fiscal pain in companies. When layoffs happen, it's because they ain't making enough money. Am I wrong?
Give us some fucking money.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. No fucking shit.
There you go. That's exactly the kind of the reaction I was expecting, especially coming from Oni. But that being said,
Blacklight Oni.
I have a couple of theories. First of all,
just two this time, thank God.
Well, how about a few?
Oh God! Here comes the filibuster.
But if you take into account that the other fact that a year ago, Twitch had this massive controversy where they shifted their profit sharing split from 75-25 to 50-50 for content creators.
Fucking assholes, dude.
And then you see these layoffs. huh, something's fucking wrong.
They're gonna crumble under their own weight, Hero.
Something ain't quite right. It's not all sunshine and roses. Then all of a sudden, their CEO quits. Says, I'm gonna go take care of my family. Bye, guys. Somebody somewhere from Amazon, the parent company, came down and said, "You need to start laying off people. Give us some names so that you can cut them." And he goes,
Cut 'em.
I don't want any part of that shit. Deuces. 16 years as CEO, and he fucking pops smoke.
I don't understand. I'm gonna go take care of my family by quitting and not taking care of my family. What the fuck?
He's probably got no money.
If you were smart, you would have been saving money.
Yeah, I was say, if you're CEO of a giant company, you work a couple of years, put it in the bank, you pretty much don't have to fucking ever work again. You're smart anyway.
As long as you're making more money than you know what to do with.
Well, are most CEOs making more money than that?
Yep.
That kind of depends. Now, here's some reasons why I think that Amazon's looking to cut the bloat.
Give us some fucking money, please.
They are a $500 billion a year company in profits. That's profits above their expenses. Profits.
Is that what they're at now?
Is that their net or gross?
From what I don't have the answer. I'm not an economist. I'm kind of a layman.
You're not? You do everything.
He knows everything and hates everything. His name is Hero. He's gonna have his own show. Hero Hates Everything, Monday nights, 8 p.m.
What an idiot. Oh my god.
That was fucking perfect. Go ahead, Hero.
Anyways, I don't know. That's just the numbers I was reading. I didn't quite glaze over in the eyes when I was reading this passively. But
math is hard.
They make a lot of fucking money. And the number that I read for Twitch was their profits were, I think it was either $2 or $4 billion a year. So if they're making that much money and Amazon is making this much money, what is it to Amazon to just go, you're not making enough money selling you to these guys over here? That is, in a nutshell, my theory is they're looking to sell, or they're slimming down the bloat to sell. And they don't want to keep it because they don't want to bother with the headache and the trauma and all the bullshit that comes with whatever Twitch is. That being said, I'm thinking
I wouldn't even care if they dismantle Twitch at this point.
My theory is that they're going to sell and Rumble's going to come and sweep them up.
You think that's going to happen?
I think it's a viable theory.
I'll bet you a steak dinner it doesn't.
Well,
I can tell you right now, YouTube ain't they don't need them. Twitter doesn't need them.
They have Periscope.
They've got their very own fucking video stuff that they're working on, and not only that, but
they already have it, Hero. It's called Periscope. It's been around for years.
Wasn't actually.
It's a caveat. Like what you need a third party thing to stream to them, but you can stream to Twitter.
Okay. Well, then fair enough. They don't need it, but I could also see that because Elon's trying to do his own thing, turning Twitter into its own everything app.
Right.
So I think he's going to build his own thing without buying somebody else.
I guess we're going to be on Truth Social streaming.
But the reason why I think that Rumble can do it is they've got a very rich fella at the top. And the reason why I think they would do it is because they want to, they right now, Rumble as a platform is more or less kind of the right-wing commentary space, because who goes there if they're not, who goes there in general? In general,
didn't you drop a lot of our videos on Rumble and we made money almost immediately on there?
About a little bit.
Didn't we make about like $5,000?
I wish.
Oh yeah.
That's where you're supposed to lie and fucking agree, Hero, not just laugh at the comment. Thank you.
No.
Now.
That it's the people that get banned from YouTube or Twitch in general. If you go and you scroll through the front page of Rumble or scroll through, it's mostly your conservative commentator group, and it takes a while till you find your first video game stream or you find cooking content.
I see that as an advantage.
I see it as they want the normie content, quote unquote. They want more video game streamers. They want more everything streamers. They want more podcasts. They want more variety. And
if we can corner Rumble, we're good.
Normie. Yeah. Some people call it normie content.
Yeah.
That's why I could see Twitch being bought by Rumble. And
well, it's soda content.
Yeah. Cocks and balls.
But.
And dick jokes.
But.
Tuesday nights.
What's your
lagging out?
Keith?
What was that?
What's your opinion?
My opinion? Sure. I see Rumble, not so much Rumble, but as far as Switch is concerned, I don't know if they would. I just see it just being not even sold off, but dissolved. I would not even go as far as buying it from anyone else because one, you mentioned Rumble. Rumble already has its own streaming service that's a pay service. You have to pay to stream on there. Twitter has Periscope, which you can stream on through a third-party software. Like you said, I agree with you. YouTube doesn't need it because they're basically trying to compete with TikTok and Twitch at the same time, as well as do their own videos with the shorts and video game department and the videos, right? So they don't really need Twitch. So, like, I think we're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole here and saying, it's like, where's it going to go? I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think if anywhere, if they're going to drop it, they're going to lose money. They're just going to dissolve it. In my opinion, they're going to be dissolve it. And I would be more, I wouldn't even care. I'd be like, fuck it. I'll just go to Kick. I don't give a shit. Kick has no toss. I think one of our Kick will probably people will just move over to Kick. I think no one's going to move over to Rumble because for the same reason that you think they are, I think they're not in that aspect where people are not going to go stream video games on Rumble. I don't think that is a feasible solution there. I think everyone will go over to Kick. Right now, Kick doesn't have toss. I think I don't know if Soda was saying it or Nova was saying it, but it's the Wild West over there. They stream everything and like use your imagination. They stream everything. Like it's almost like Brazzers over there. Okay. There's people videoing each other in compromising positions in a bedroom. There's people doing video game stuff. There's people doing podcast stuff. It's like there's no toss. So I think everybody's going to go there where it's a little bit easier for cool free Pornhub for Soda. Yeah, pretty much. You say JK, but you're not really JK because he's looking for that shit. You know that you know Soda.
Nova showed me. No, Nova.
Right. But honestly, I think Hero, I think it's just going to be dissolved. What do you think, Oni? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't. I'm sorry. I was saying I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're going to want to make money off of it.
I think they're going to cut their losses.
I think they've already made enough money. That's the problem. Like I know you say, they're losing money, but with the brilliant idea of
I didn't say they're losing money. I said they're making money. But
okay,
well
then
enough.
Yeah,
they're
but
not
with everybody
making all of the money, so they're like, "Fuck this! You're not making enough. Go somewhere else."
But with everybody basically having a sub button now, they get a dime, and every time some biddy goes through, they get more. They don't have to do anything; it's all automated. And like I said, as long as they quit banning people, they won't have any. They won't need anybody. Like probably, I'd say half the people that got fired were dealing with bans and shit like that. Like quit banning people for dumb shit, and you wouldn't have to hire people. So.
Mariner, you have to post almost every day to get any kind of headway with Rumble, like any other algorithm. But you're not going to get a lot of foot traffic with shorts now, because now everyone here in on our staff knows we're getting fucked royally on our shorts. Like we hit 10,000 on one video, and then we're hitting constantly 800 to 1,500 on our YouTube shorts, and now we're hitting 5 and 6 views a day,
and
a day, 5, 6 a day on one video. What
one
the,
is Soda and one is me.
Yeah,
I want to go.
Look, and always like so.
I want to know who to complain to, because that's that's bullshit. They're sandbagging our views. You know that's happening. I'm putting tags in there like, I don't know, like you're talking about
.com.
You're talking about Deadpool. I knew you were always gonna. I knew you could be inside me or something. That's Deadpool said to Wolverine or something like that, which is a funny clip. And there's no fucking way in God's green earth, unless you're sandbagging the views on our channel, that doesn't get 100,000 views. That shit's fucking funny. The editing is fucking perfect. There's no way that gets 7 views. There's no fucking way. If that no talent fucking Angry Joe piece of shit put it on his, it would get like 100,000 views, because that guy sucks the dick of those owners. Fuck them. Get fucked. I'm done. I'm out of here. No, but go ahead, Soto. Go ahead and finish your thought and go to Oni.
I'm pretty, like I said, been on Twitch fucking forever, it seems like, and all the bullshit I went through, and guy like today's even worse. We're fucking hilarious, but yet where's our people?
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
I blame the chat.
Stream every day, but
stream every day. I have to pay my bills. Sorry.
Right. And
I don't have the convenience of being a titty streamer and being on there and getting like 300 views every time I'm on there. So sorry.
Yeah, we had
we actually have talent.
Viewers every Friday, and a couple hundred subs every week. Yeah, maybe we could stream another night or two.
Yeah, like slowly but surely, people will get picked off the workforce and start working at Laggin Out one by one. So if we get 10,000 subs a month, we can actually pay for everyone here not to have a full-time job and do this full-time.
I know it's harder now, but it's kind of harder but easier. Like back when I did stream 12 hours a day. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not feasible. So, well, for us anyway.
Come at me, I fucking dare you.
We actually have to work. We're old. I mean, not Oni, but good lord.
I will.
We're the graybeards.
My fate.
We are the graybeards.
I have accepted my fate. I might not quite be up there with you, Soda, but I've accepted that I am.
I'm old.
Yes.
Oni, how do you feel about this whole situation? What do you think is going to happen?
I think it'd be hilarious if Dr. Disrespect bought Twitch.
I never thought of that possibility.
That's not a bad. That's not a bad.
I don't know if you guys seen, but he's made his own video game. So
yeah,
he owns his own video game company now.
I applied. He said thank you for your interest.
Wouldn't the most beautiful, sweet irony be the man you banned, shut down from your platform, who hasn't said anything as to why any of that happened? You tried to smear and defame, and yet with his notoriety, with his reputation, and with his money, comes and owns you and buys you out. That would be the most fucking hilarious shit.
Pulling Elon Musk.
I'm sorry. I would call that a level of poetic justice that is beyond poetry.
But I'm just curious as to how much they're trying to sell Twitch for. I don't know if it's going to be like, Hasbro trying to sell their movie studio and all that shit going on. So, but I'm just saying, I am a huge fan of karmic justice. I'm also a huge
Same.
fan of justice, and I'm a huge fan of irony, especially when someone has decided to act a fool, and then the people that they've snubbed wind up having the last laugh. I'm just saying, huge fan of that. So hey, Dr. Disrespect, I'm just saying, if you want to make an investment, I would fucking laugh. I would watch that.
So yeah, he might watch it because you know what? Eric July did. So who
You
else
never
is
know
going to be
at this
watching
point.
Lagging Out?
Who knows at this point?
We might be invited on his show. Who knows?
That'd be
You
awesome.
never know. If nothing happens, that's fine. If something happens, that's great. But you know what, Dr. Disrespect? Yeah. You come on our show, even though you stole my look, that's fine. But
Fuck
you're
that
good.
guy.
I had to switch to reading glasses because
Garbage human.
people keep on stealing my shit. So, which I stole from Howard Stern. So, whatever.
I like to think of it as tactically acquiring.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of sad news, because we always talk about sad shit and people dying and that sort of thing. This
Rough.
legend from Destiny died. I'm waiting for his name to pop up on the roller.
Lance Riddick.
Riddick. I know his last name was Riddick. I couldn't think of his first name. Lance Riddick has passed away. I think he was in his 50s. He wasn't even that old.
60s.
Yeah.
He was
50s.
60.
like 60.
60s. Black don't crack, dude. He looks like he's in his 40s.
Right.
Bro.
Good looking guy. But rest in peace. He was on what? Brooklyn Nine-Nine? No.
No, The Wire. Oh my god.
The Wire. Thank you. I don't watch The Wire, but I
Wire.
do play
Me
Destiny,
neither.
and
But
That's
I've
just
read a
racist.
Wikipedia page.
yes. I'm sorry. I'm hosting the show and hitting buttons. I'm sorry if I can't remember all the intricate details. My apologies. But,
they all look the same. Wow, dude, that's fucked up.
No.
I will concede that I did not know the name of the show, or was it yeah, it was a show. Was The Wire. But I know him mostly because when I heard this, I was like, where do I know that name from? And then I heard his freaking voice. His voice is what cued it in for me. And I immediately went Silence from Horizon Zero Dawn. And that Guardian Master dude that I went to train with in Destiny.
Right. That's how I know him. See, everybody knows him from different things, right? So I knew him from the dude from Destiny.
I also knew him as the concierge in John Wick. And,
right. That's right.
And by the way,
rest in peace.
Many friends over the last 24 hours, they have said that the chapter 4 of John Wick is phenomenal.
I never even saw one of those movies.
And I would highly recommend changing that fact. It's just an opinion.
That's fine. I'm too busy watching Mandalorian and trying to report on it, but we never talk about it, so I can't talk about it.
You mean watching the puppet do a stiff ass flip?
Dude,
the
don't
puppet.
Spoil it.
The puppet. It's an animatronic, you heathen.
I will not accept calling it anything but a puppet at the moment after seeing that scene.
All I know is that I went to watch it and my profile got deleted by my sister-in-law.
Ah, fuck. I mean, I know you mentioned that, but why?
So good thing I knew where I was. I knew what episode I was at because I don't have my name on it. It says it doesn't say my name. It says Spidey and has a Spider-Man logo on it. Fuck you, Soda.
Mine has God King on it.
So. yours has the movie version of Flash on it. God. But
God King, yeah, I did it because mine's under my brother's name and his wife's always logged on. So every time she logs on, she sees God King.
Oh, that's funny. But Oni, you might appreciate this. Everyone who's a gamer might appreciate this. But anyone who was playing Destiny found out that he passed away. They went into the tower, is where like the loading stations are and everything, and sat in front of his avatar and sat there and paid respects. And there's like clips of these all over YouTube and stuff like that. I thought it was really. Thank you, Tyrann Death. Dance on Hero's face, bitch.
Yeah, take it. Take it like a man.
Taste his taint. Anyways, but I saw it and it's funny because I thought it was really like I've seen it before in other games, like someone in a guild in Warcraft, someone died and they actually had a mock funeral there for him.
Oh yeah, that was the
like
that was in Final Fantasy 14, and that was the manga artist of Berserk, and everybody dressed up.
It wasn't. That's a different one. I'm talking about Warcraft, where their guild member died of cancer.
Away. Except then some folks actually decided to
raid.
Technically, they raided.
It was supposed to be,
killed everybody, but it was distasteful. Like, was it against the World of Warcraft rules? No. Is it distasteful? Very much so.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Hero was a different story though, but it's still the same line of things. So I was like, oh, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. Then it's a game I actually liked. I'm like, oh, I approve of that. Like I had this conflict in my head, and I was like, this is okay, but it's not. It's the same thing. Why am I so mad? I mean, I'm not. But I thought that was really cool, and it was. A lot of people were doing it. Like I've seen videos like of 15, 20, 30 people just sitting in a circle, just chilling in front of his character, and which I can't remember for the life of me because I don't like
Commander Zavala.
Because I don't never use command. I was a warlock, so I was always a warlock. I never went to Commander Zavala for anything. But I seen him and he had a cool head, cool body, and everything. And he's awoken. So once you go awoken.
Won't be a joking.
You won't be a joking. So,
if you want to pull that picture up, Chief, I just dropped it in the photos and tagged you. In
what, Discord or in chat?
In Discord. You want me to drop?
All right, I don't have my Discord open. Hold on a second.
Let me fix that then, so you don't have to go through all that effort.
Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Boop. Boop.
Osiris is a whiny, grumpy old man. Yeah, kinda.
That was Magma, wasn't it?
No, that was actually Dark Nova Dragon.
Oh, here it is. This is really cool.
Yeah, well, Cyrus is still annoying.
He's like just chilling out right here, and all these people are like sitting and kneeling there. That's pretty cool.
You know, isn't it interesting how Osiris and Horus? So, Osiris in Destiny, super smart, magic-y kind of guy, wants to find out the secrets of the universe. Everyone kind of thinks he's a heretic. And then in Warhammer 40,000, you have Horus, who starts the Horus heresy because he's magic-y, wants to know more, finds his chaos, and then winds up getting bitch-slapped by Big Daddy Emperor. Yeah. And both named after Egyptian gods.
Yes.
So just you know, Horus was the son of Osiris. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Just, you know, for no fucking reason at all. Useless information for you.
Bigger than your britches.
Do we know what he died of?
No. To my knowledge, cause of death was, aside from natural causes, was not given, and
I didn't think so.
Probably best if people just
the reason why I asked is because
the send off.
The only thing
the guy who died of
is
colon
natural
cancer.
Causes.
Natural causes. Okay, probably a heart attack or something. Thinking.
That sucks.
Well, rest in peace, sir. You're in a better place, believe me. So, God bless you. And I hope I won't see you soon, but I hope I see you. How about that? He was a good, from what I hear, he was a good guy. So
I have heard nothing but good things about him. I've heard he's a very wholesome and kind person.
Yeah, I heard the same.
He does have some pieces in the works that will be released posthumously. So The Way of Weird as Hellboy. He will have that be released. There are certain other projects that are being worked on and finalized that, although he didn't get to see it to completion, we, the audience, will be able to hear some of the last lines he spoke. So
I have heard that they have a dedication in John Wick 4.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I figured as much.
I mean,
kind of like we did with Black Panther.
I've heard that, and
with Boseman.
I've also heard that they ensured that they treated his character, the concierge, with the utmost respect. As far as
because you hear what they did with Chadwick Boseman, he never revealed that he had stage 4 colon cancer, and he was losing a lot of weight from chemo and everything. He's like, "Oh, what is he on drugs and shit like that?" It was really horrible, and he stayed quiet about it. And then he died of colon cancer, and everyone felt bad about it. I'm like, yeah, it's don't judge somebody if they're losing a lot of weight or something like that, unless it's like some sort of dietary issue that like that person needs help regardless.
I did not,
and it was really shitty. That's why I was asking if anyone knew he died of.
I did not hear that in particular. What I heard was,
oh, it was horrible, dude.
I heard that he got photographed for something else, like he was doing in preparation for another movie.
Yeah.
And his photographs had shown that he had lost a lot of weight, and I'd heard that there were a lot of fans that called it out and said, "Hey man, are you okay? Do you need help?" You know, that's the kind of things that I'd heard.
I heard the complete opposite.
I never heard anything about drugs.
Oh, I heard it was hard. Like I've read some of the stuff firsthand, and it was pretty vitriolic. Yeah,
fucked up.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. But anyway, let's try not to get depressed on this and do Omi's Yomi. I'll fix that later. I'm not used to the 4 shots.
No, you're good. Not much. And sorry you can't see my face, but every time I turn on my camera, my signal completely shits the bed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If you have a 3DS, a 2DS, or a Wii U, and you still play games on it, make your final purchases now. The shop is closing on Monday. So whatever e-bucks you got, you might want to spend them. Now, if you did not know about this and you want to find out how to get those e-bucks, what you're going to have to do is make a Nintendo account, which is separate from the account you have on your actual Nintendo device. You will have to go log on to Nintendo's website, make an account, link it to your Nintendo system, and put whatever money you want, because you will not be able to get those cards in stores anymore. Those have not been sold in months, if not a year or two. So if you're looking for some of those old classic games, I say old classic games relative because I only bought it for Crystal version. You're going to need to have the account on the eShop. So if you want to buy some of the old Pokemon games, if you want to buy some of the cool backgrounds and shit, I don't know if the theme shop is closing, but games and emulators, this is your last call. Get your purchases done now because, yeah, end of an era, RIP. But yeah, all good things come to an end. I didn't even know they stopped producing the 3DS. I think they stopped producing it like 2 years ago, and I was like, when did that happen? When that happened? Well, I don't play a 3DS, so it fucking explains a lot.
Fair.
I never really had good views about the Wii U. I felt like that was a step backward, but hey, whatever.
It was. I felt the same way.
I don't understand that. I mean, but that's just me.
You can see the progression between the Wii, the Wii U, and then the Switch. But the Wii U kind of defeated the whole purpose of get up and go by putting it in front of your face again. So, but again, things change. But this is
felt like it was a natural progression to the Switch, but I don't know. I've said it before. Nintendo knew what they were wanting a long time ago.
Oh
And-
yes, but
and they made it
when you,
happen.
when you see it in hindsight, it makes sense. When it happened in the moment, I was like, "What the fuck just happened?" And the fact that I heard, apparently some people did not like the Wii. I always assumed it was considered a really cool console. Did they kind of squander it? Yeah. They did
didn't.
not push the graphics as far as they could have, as quickly as they could have. Yes, they had some mature releases for it, but those were later in the system's life cycle when they had games planned, even on the GameCube, that really showed what those consoles could do. But most of their money was put toward, now to be fair, reasonably so, profitable titles like Mario and, the classics. But at the same time, pushing the graphics to prove just how powerful your equipment is, giggity, yeah, it makes sense, but they didn't do that. But hey, these are good systems. They're still useful, still good. I use my 2DS not as often as I really should, but I do like it. But yeah, cash in while you can, because Monday they're closing the doors. Don't
Yeah.
ask if it's Japan time. I don't know.
Okay. Like,
I
if I
don't
got to
have much-
explain it. Talk about music accompaniment for video games. How about music accompaniment for this show?
I don't know honestly what to say about it. I mean, we all know that these things are going to happen or have happened. My biggest problem in general with digital as a whole is if you don't have a physical copy, something happens.
Yeah.
It gone.
You'll fuck
Oh
now.
yeah, definitely.
It gone.
No, I will say it's easier to handle when it's
Emotional damage.
it's easier to handle when it's been directly saved onto the console. So for example, my
Yeah.
2DS Crystal version is saved onto the 2DS itself, onto an SD card in the 2DS.
Mhm.
I think it gets a little shadier once it's not saved on that device. It's saved in a cloud. It's saved on like the PlayStation Network. And it's like, yes, the PlayStation Network that has been hacked 2 times at least in the last 10 years totally won't go
Closer to
badly.
5 or 6, but
Look, I missed a couple of them. Okay, I kind of, after the first 2, you stop fucking counting and you just don't put your information there anymore.
Fucking crazy.
Not me, because, well, okay, I'm in a little bit of a different space because of the nature of my job. I pay attention to security breaches because of what I do in IT. So that's why I pay a lot of attention to that stuff.
Oh no, I know.
There goes Soda again talking on the phone.
No. What are you talking about?
Ring ring.
Hey,
Hello.
look, your avatar starts moving its lips and you're not talking. That's my cue that either you're possessed or you're talking on the phone.
He's texting
Possessed.
Badger.
Ring, ring. Hello.
No,
Calling
Badger
Badger.
should be in bed. He's
Ring,
gonna work
ring.
in the morning.
Hello. Ring ring. Hello.
I was singing
No one
a
knows
song.
who that reference is.
He played the song.
Time to
I was
wake
singing
up
it.
and do some work, bitch.
Anyways, I think you're this is your last chance, people. Love or hate digital content, digital only downloads, all that other shit. Love or hate it. Nintendo is closing those shops. Ain't got much else to say other than that.
Oh yeah. Time to get swifty. Time to get swifty in here.
That's Badger, isn't it?
No. Fear and Death.
No. Okay, good. Because
We won't be hearing any new songs from Rick and Morty, so we're gonna keep on playing the old ones.
I mean,
That's
look,
oh, yeah.
We should write a
Interesting.
letter, Soda. Dear Adult Swim,
y'all are fucking idiots.
your content is fucking garbage since you haven't renewed Family Guy, and now you're not gonna now you're going to cut out Rick and Morty to replace it with royal crackers. Are you fucking serious with this horrible stuff and these Australian-based cartoons that American audiences want to see?
Cutting out Rick and Morty. They're not cutting.
No, they're
Might I-
continuing Rick and Morty with.
They're just replacing the voice actors.
Yeah.
Might I suggest something
They
else?
have at least another 60 episodes that they're under contract for. So.
What are you
With
saying?
all due respect, instead of typing out a letter, might I suggest one of two options, or choose both if you really want to go nuclear?
We're not burning down Adult Swim.
I'm not saying that. These are totally PC, and as far as I'm aware of, totally legal. First one, send them a package of gummy dicks. Or send them a glitter bomb.
Ooh.
They will never clean the glitter out of their floors.
For legal reasons, this is all a joke. Yes, this is just a joke.
Yes.
We're not doing any of this. Thank you, Rogue Raven, for that.
But allegedly,
Congratulations.
it could be fun.
Magma said he's all in for burning it down.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
for legal reasons, I'm not gonna suggest that. I would prefer,
And no one else should do it either.
I would prefer
Yeah.
the non-harmful solutions. The letter would include, in my opinion, well, if I were to do it, the letter would include, congratulations, Adult Swim, for your absolutely terrible decision to fire Justin Roiland. Here is your reward. And they go to open the envelope or package and poof, glitter everywhere.
What if
Or I
they?
just mail one of my cat turds.
That would work. too.
He's the voice, but is he also the creator?
Yes.
One of them. Yeah.
So how does it work by them changing the voice and not have anything of original writing material? You're firing the voice, but you're also firing the creator. That makes zero sense.
Because there
But,
was
yeah,
two. It was
the
two guys
guy-
working together.
Oh,
the guy that did what is the fucking?
I don't know. What are you fucking?
They wrote several. Oh god damn. Okay. Oh, I gotta look it up now.
I'm old.
Google is
Where they went
I
to
don't know what
school.
the. I'm thinking right now.
Oh fuck.
Skunk spray works better. Wow, Tyrann Death, fucking dark.
I don't know if I'd call that dark. I'd
Or,
call that-
oh, here's a good idea.
Ooh.
Find out where their
They just
ventilation
renewed
systems
it.
are, or find out who owns what cars, and get fish, and just kind of sneak it.
Oh,
in the
she's doing
vehicle.
grumpy old men stuff, like from the movie Grumpy Old Men.
Oh, I choose whatever. You could also put WD-40 on all the doors, or Vaseline. That way they can't open any of the doors.
Oh wow.
Um,
Get fish oil pills for soda to help with
Thanks.
that memory.
Yeah, no shit. I fucking
And then Rogue Raven
like-
says, "Great movie." Maybe we'll do a movie another movie night, Rogue Raven, since you missed the other one. Yeah, but yeah, like we could sit here all day and have a list.
that clip, that fucking clip of Oni and Badger just pinging off of each other with the absolute worst of the worst possible shit luck.
I hope your cell
people
phone
can
falls in the
have.
garbage.
no, I hope your cell phone falls in the toilet.
That's it. There's like
Oh,
a
it
bunch
is.
of stuff.
Community.
I hope it
Tyrann
dropped
Death,
there.
we're-
Eat your face.
Community is a series that he wrote. Also, the guy that
Oh,
Dan Harmon.
Back when it was good.
Right. Well, they're bringing.
I'm
it
giving
back.
you
It's a good
praise when
film.
you're not here, Rogue.
By the way, Tyrann Death, we're trying to inconvenience people, not make them permanently ill.
Right?
Here's the thing. If I don't know you, and you haven't done anything incredibly egregious, I just want to make your life more difficult. Now, if you have actually hurt somebody or harmed other people, yes, I will actually put in more effort to torment you, and I will enjoy every moment of your suffering. Probably mull a fine wine from your tears and blood. But if all you're doing is just being a little shithead, I'm just going to make your existence more miserable, and I'll just get a chuckle out of that. That'll do.
See, for clarification purposes, what would you classify as harming versus inconveniencing? When
Inconveniencing would be
when it comes down to you ended the career of somebody just because of an accusation, or you ended the career of somebody just because they have different ideals than you and you don't like it.
Harm, okay. Although yes, it is very serious in my opinion for accusations that were unfounded and found to be at least unfounded enough to warrant throwing it out of court. If physical harm was not done, I think drawing the line at physical maiming, torture, drawing blood probably shouldn't be on the list as much as it really does toe that line. But the number and frequency and types of other torment I think would be on the table, such as, like you got that one pebble in your shoe, or you chip your nail and it's like right at the nail bed, so it's just painful enough and you got to keep all your nails short.
That's my big toe right now.
Or torquing your back getting out of your vehicle.
That's a callback. Look at you.
Maybe
someone
actually
short.
putting a magnet too close to your computer, sitting on your computer. Just more of those.
Putting a radiator on your computer that only has one fan and saying it's good enough just so that they can leave.
Oh, wow.
That's not how that happened. That's definitely not how that happened.
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I thought it would be funny to say.
Although I do absolutely agree that false allegations are horrendous, I would not be able to, in good conscience, allow physical harm to come to somebody in that way.
However,
now if this were something
opinion, like, I'm just to offer some aside to that. My opinion is that people who make false allegations that result in things like, loss of career, livelihood, and now you're persona non grata, I think that the accusers, if allegations are proven false, I think the accusers should suffer a penalty of the crime they accuse the other of. Maximum punishment. Time in prison.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I don't think finding them automatically guilty of the crime they're accusing someone else of is quite the right one either. I would certainly assume, because you accuse someone of it doesn't necessarily mean that they were guilty of the exact same crime.
No. I'm sorry. You misunderstood. I'm saying they suffer a penalty of, say, time in prison equal to the crime that they are accusing somebody of.
Okay.
So if you are being accused of
I hate ADD. I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Okay, if you're being accused of
Raven.
physical assault and that never happened, and you're levying that allegation against somebody, that person who is levying that allegation should suffer time in prison equal to what that physical assault would have cost the person accused.
I kind of agree, but at the same time, there's already a crime against putting up false accusations. There are several that it would be lumped under, such as the wasting of community resources and police time, which is punishable by a crime. So I'm just saying that should count, but
how many times
of course that won't happen.
They went from 8 police officers to 6 police officers in my town because they said they can't afford 8 police officers on duty at the same time.
Wow.
And
then they don't want us to have guns here
a
either.
Major area, like seriously?
I know, it's huge.
Deep Dive Gaming just went. Mariner, you just went exactly where I'm talking about. What?
Rogue
Jussie
Ravens.
Smollett.
Yeah,
Jussie Smollett.
Free Juicy.
He is appealing his crime. He got sentenced and he went to prison for a day. Guess what? They immediately appealed and had him pulled out on emergency measures because his mental health. And now he is allowed to sit outside of prison until his appeal finishes.
The two black guys that beat him up, like they were on camera, is like, "Yep, yeah, we did it. Yeah, we totally did it." And like they were on camera saying, like they were on like a Fox Nation thing. It's like, yeah, we did it because we thought we were gonna because we're actors and he was gonna help us get jobs. That's the only reason why they did it.
It gets better. They are now doing a documentary.
Yeah, I know. I saw it on Fox Nation. Yeah, it's fucking. I'm laughing my ass. Like the absolute arrogance of this fucking piece of human trash that actually just still flatly deny that he made the whole thing up. Thinking that he has a pass because he's black and a pass because he's gay. Too fucking bad, dude. You fucking try to perpetuate a narrative about half the country's population to prove a point that is not true. I challenge anybody who's on the left or in the center to go outside of a Trump rally and talk to people that are Trump supporters. I fucking challenge you to do that. You will never find a more bunch. I was going to say scum and villainy, but you will find a bunch of people that are loving, that will give you a strange. I've seen strangers give other strangers hugs, different ages and races. I think people here in our chat would be fucking amazed with the group of people that they would meet in front of a Trump rally, because they are nice people. They are rich, they are poor, and they're everyone in between. And this guy is perpetuating a false narrative about half the population. I like the truth to be put out. Yes, are there assholes on both sides? Of course there are. Is he a fucking turd burgling fucking liar? Yes, he is. And he deserves to be in prison.
And that's what Oni right there. I only bring that up, and Mariner mentioned it, but I only bring that up because even the city of Chicago and Chicago PD were going after that man.
Right.
For his
Who goes to Subway at 2 a.m. in sub-zero weather? I'm just saying.
Apparently it's common in Chicago. I mean, when I lived there, I never saw a Subway.
Apparently that's Trump country, apparently.
Yeah.
This is Trump country. Fucking Chicago? Are you fucking high?
Bro, the main reason I am never going back to the state of Illinois is because that is freaking California light.
I have family in New York, and I don't feel safe going into the city there anymore for that reason. I have family that live outside on the island, but I won't fly into Kennedy or LaGuardia, which are the two main hubs there, for that same reason. I'm like, I'm in genuine fear for my life.
I will never ever take public transportation in the state of New York.
I'll never go to a home game because I'll fucking get shot in the Bronx at night. Yeah, you're gonna get shot.
Wow.
Go ahead, Oni. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Oni. Did I interrupt you? My bad.
No, you're good. No, you didn't. Chicago Union Station, pretty interesting place. Pretty safe-ish. Okay, for what it is, it's not bad. Just grab your food and go. Hang out in the waiting areas. You're probably good, but don't go wandering because issues. Washington D.C. Union Station.
Nope.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
No. Let me just tell you. The 4 pigeons I saw inside the building were probably keeping it up. Okay.
I believe it.
It was horrendous. I refused to go back to DC Union Station. It was not an experience I really care about. The pigeons were the only redeeming quality, and the fact that I left.
Flying rats.
Still better than the people who are accosting everybody for money, or the woman who had a serious issue. She had mental issues, but I don't think it was necessarily from mental illness.
Please.
I think it may have been brought up by some recreational things back in the day. She was not okay. So yeah, Chicago Union Station. They also have a Dunkin' Donuts, so I can go get my matcha latte and then piss off. So yeah.
Yeah, I will tell
Rogue
you
Raven.
right now.
Rogue Raven just let me just get Rogue Raven here.
3 shot.
Y'all talking about getting shot at a game? LOL, dude. I had to call the cops because a drive-by happened 2 doors down, and I hear shots at least 4 times a week. Not to brag about my hood area.
3
but yeah,
shot.
go ahead.
3 shot. I will say it right now. I went through Chicago Union Station every day for about a year in 2006, 2007, and I never had any problems. It was great. It was pretty calm. I was there. I was in downtown Chicago walking to work about noontime, and then I would clock out and walk back to Chicago Union Station to catch the last train back to my area.
When you notice midnight. When he dances, he squeezes his ass right where Arrow's mouth is. It's fucking perfect.
Well, what I notice is it's every time I'm actually talking.
It's Tyrann Death did it.
To interrupt me.
It's Tyrann Death doing it.
I know.
Okay, you know it's not no one else. I
know exactly who it is. He's doing it on purpose.
Oh my god, Hero's getting so mad.
Not really. But I would do it every day. I would be knocking off, heading back, catching the last train back to where I lived, and I had no problems. You do some shit like that in New York, you do some shit like that on a bus, on a train, whatever in New York, DC, you're in fucking trouble.
Mm.
How could you possibly hit soda if you fucking know that it is me in that corner every time? Okay, that works.
I mean, that's why I like my private transportation. I don't
exactly.
I don't want to be relying on the public for help like that. I will take the intermodal, which is a trolley system, tram system, monorail, whatever. I've taken it before out of fun, but no, I don't want to be relying on buses. I don't trust most transportation. Amtrak's a little different because they do have their own safety in place, and also Amtrak just has a different feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I do really appreciate the old structure of Chicago Union Station.
It's pretty.
It's fucking bougie. Okay, you see those marble floors. You see how high that ceiling goes. Damn. Also, the Christmas tree is quite impressive. But Washington D.C., I mean, the outside was cool as long as you see it on the truck side and not anywhere else. So yeah. Rains.
Anyways, yeah, we're talking about all that stuff. Meanwhile, hey, you like our shirts? Buy our shirts. We got nice shirts. Please.
Mm-hmm. Get some Razorbacks, ladies. Comfy. They look sexy. DC also, I'm pushing for a Tyrann Death Rogue Raven tag team stream there with both of them in the stream at the same time. I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, with how much
them talking to each. No, but like Rogue can talk to herself for hours. She's like Boa Beatty in that aspect. She's good. And then Tyrann Death would be like the caveat. He'd actually come in for that. But she needs to be on camera or have an avatar. So
avatar.
Yeah, I promoted Rogue Raven 89. Check her out on her channel on Rogue Raven 89 and follow her today. She's pretty damn funny. And also check out Tyrann Death. Tyrann Death, when he's talking to the chat, he's really good. So check him out on his channel as well.
Our stream.
I don't have a camera. Do you want a camera? Get you one.
Right.
Get you a camera.
I got like 5 laying here.
Yeah, Soda's got a bunch. If you really want one, we'll send you one.
Oh, a Mariner. Oh,
film porn. Chatterbait channel.
Oh, that would be good. Imagine that, Mariner, Rogue Raven, and Tyrion Death all on one like stream. That'd be awesome. It'll be incredibly awkward or incredibly good.
Well, we did buy a bunch of cameras because we were gonna stream opening, cards and shit. So I do literally have a bunch of fucking webcams
Oh, okay.
laying around. And I actually have my old 1080 one laying around here. It just needs cleaned up a little bit too. So.
Okay, so we had a trivia question early in the show, and if you were still here, good for you. If you weren't, shame on you. But this trivia question was brought to you by the Honey Badger. Check out the Honey Badger. She knows how to draw and stuff.
Yeah.
What needlecrafts does Commander Zavala have unique affinities for? Was the question. And does anyone have any guesses on that in the chat?
I don't remember.
Or in the host boxes here, because I don't even understand what needlecrafts are.
Okay,
So.
needlecraft could be knitting, crocheting, embroidery. You might be able to consider latch hooking or needle felting. I don't think weaving would count only because typically it's done on a larger scale. I'm going to lean toward embroidery.
Okay.
And knitting, because it does say needlecrafts. So I'm going to lean because I would imagine dexterity, even though yes, you're a Titan, yes, you're big. I feel like
and OP.
Oh, definitely. But I think having the fine motor skills would be an attention to detail, something that you can create without destruction. I think would be something very interesting to look at regarding a character. So I'm going to lean toward hand sewing and embroidery.
Ooh, that's
probably
good.
wrong, but hey, we'll see. I have very
Deep dive Daving said,
pulled this out. I wonder how she came across this information.
Badger, the Rogue Raven says she's
Badger knows how to use
self-conscious.
a wiki page.
Rogue Raven says she's self-conscious about being on camera. Have you seen what I look like?
Wow.
Look at me.
Gosh.
I got a face made for radio. I'm sure you'll do perfectly fine.
So the whole thing is the reason Chief was talking about the avatar, as he liked to say.
Yeah.
You could do an avatar like what Soda and Tyrion Death does.
Yeah.
The camera just does the face tracking for you.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Ma'am, I beg to differ.
I don't think so. I seen that cartoon drawing of you. If your cartoon drawing looks like you're in good shape.
Hey, I'm in her Discord. I've seen her picture.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a damn lie.
Yeah, I bet. Now, camera shy is different than saying having a bad self-image. I mean, that's different. Like,
there you go.
It's two radically different things. My camera cost me $30 max. There we go.
And
you know what? You know what we'll do for you, Rogue? I'm gonna put it in our Amazon wish list. So if someone wants to buy one, and someone else wants to donate it, we'll send one to you. I'll just put like a regular typical, I guess, web camera, just an atypical web camera, like a regular one.
I will say you don't need to use the camera to put your face out on the internet.
Right. She understands that. You said it twice.
You can use it for the avatar for face tracking. I understand being self-conscious. Hell, I didn't want to be on camera the first time I started doing all this stuff.
And he's got look at his beard. It's fucking perfect. That's not his beard.
That's what Oni's going to use to burn it off.
That's perfect too.
Yo, yes, it is very perfect.
Wow.
I don't need the camera to make porn. Got it. No, that's for me. That's for Deadpool 69 on OnlyFans.
Oh God. Here we go.
But look how perfect his beard is. Look at that. Perfectly. There's no spots in it. He just needs a haircut because he's a hippie. And then he's got his guns in the back because he goes, "Oh, look at me. I'm pro Second Amendment." So he's got all the guns back there.
Understatement of the year.
So if he gets swatted, it's going to be a messy thing on Twitch for us.
Bad day.
Yeah, that'd be fucked.
Yeah, it'd be a horrible day. So here is the answer.
Curious minds want to know.
Knitting and crocheting. So who said that?
Okay.
Who said that?
Oni did.
Oni, good job,
No,
Oni.
No, I mentioned that's what it is. I figured he would choose embroidery and sewing, but
Oh, my bad.
What?
Mariner.
What?
They updated all the friggin' imagery on the Stream Deck, so now it's hard to read the writing on it.
You know what? I just realized
It's
that.
my what is right next to my correct, and I can't read it because the background.
okay, this
Oh,
would
I
be a really
see some
dumb
collabs
question.
coming in the chat.
Oh, look at that!
That's what I'm talking about. Lagging Out Legion.
Laggin' Out Legion, streaming with each other, building each other's communities. That's what we're about. Yep. As long as I've been interviewed on other people's shows that don't like to talk, explain that shit. And they're like, "Oh, what about this?" And I'm like, and they'll say 2 sentences. I'm like, I guess I got to carry all you motherfuckers. So I'm thinking to myself, and I was like literally laying on I think this is when I blew my back out. I was literally laying on the floor with my camera, with my phone like this, talking, and I was the only one talking. They're like, "Who's hosting? Is it Chieftain or the other guys? Because the other guys suck."
Damn.
Oh, fucking Rogue Raven is fucking. We had her on the show before. She is hilarious.
Yeah.
She's funny. You ever
yeah.
go to her streams? I don't know why she only gets 1 or 2 people and she doesn't get like 50 or 60. Probably the same reason why we don't.
See her on.
Oh, when she is on, she's fucking funny. Do you play COD, Raven? Because I know there's a group of girls. I know there's a group of girls that are looking for a group to play with.
Whoa,
I do.
dude.
She's actually a really good singer too, and she gets my like weird dorky references. So like when I'm in there, I'm like, "Oh, I knew that," and she'll sing the reference. So. Oh, I try to be
So
on
she's
weekends,
a
but
woman of quality.
of course. I basically play Apex right now. Okay. What does 3 stacking mean? I heard that term on TikTok. I won't tell you by who, but it's like, oh, that person's 3 stacking.
Oh.
I think I know what it is. It's when you have 3 people on audio and they're all working collaboratively and there's one person with no mic and they're like hiding in a building or something. I think it's called 3 stacking. I don't know. Apex gives me anxiety when I play it. I suck at Call of Duty. Everyone thinks it's funny when I'm getting shit on and getting like -60 on like shipment and fucking.
What that mean.
I'll be playing that game again once I put the new cooler in. So I'll be owning kids. Maybe on Kick.
The other dude on top of the other dude. 3 stacking.
Oh Lord.
Oh. Rogue. You make sure you get your name on here on Kick. You might be able to get more views here. It's kind of like the Wild Wild West, but it's free to join. It's almost exactly like Twitch. But I checked that out.
Except it's not for sale by its parent company. Ha!
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm a petty bitch.
I love you for it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, check that out. And if there's a reference code, tell them that we sent you. I don't know if we get like points for that or whatever. But everyone uses this fucking image for everything. So I just like, everyone uses it. I saw it was on Whittle Bears and she actually has like a picture of herself here and it's the same picture. So I think everyone uses it. Whittle Bears. And of course, make sure you check us out on youtube.com/lagginout where you can watch daily funny clips. At least 7 of you are watching them a day. We appreciate that. So does dick jokes, Oni ripping on me, or anyone else, or making great points or telling someone to shut the fuck up. Whatever it is, it's entertaining. And Hero may be talking about something that's going off on, I don't know, Amber Heard or something. Or making a good point that I cut out of context. What's that?
We almost went to another show without having to hear that fucking name.
What, Amber Heard?
Yeah.
Hello.
She's gay. She likes vagina.
And yet she's a massive fucking dick.
Yeah, she is a dick.
Mm-hmm.
At least it wasn't Frosk. Oops.
Oh Lord.
Mariner said that just so you guys know.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
Then they.
And I just spent almost $2,000 on fixing my computer that the very genius Hero that was putting together for me. So a big shout out to Hero for putting my stuff together. Oh no. Now, where's my applause? There's got to be another applause somewhere. There it is. And that's why I have it in 2 spots.
That's what
Yeah.
she said.
Whoa. That is very talented.
All right.
Hey, you got a new one.
Oh yeah, I have a bunch of them.
Please don't.
All right. Giggity. Who else but Quagmire?
This makes me want to read all the instructions to my flamethrower and disagree with everything and light myself on fire.
How
dare you.
I hate Quagmire so much.
Oh,
I should put you like Roger.
Yeah, I like Roger. I also
I gotta
like
find
Cloud.
Roger. I got a bear claw stuck in my ass. I remember you almost like snotted on that one. That
Oh
was fun.
right, blame the aliens. They'll eat that up.
Oh yeah, blame the alien. Those are great. You can't deny those are great sound drops.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All
I've
right.
got an answer for your question, Chieftain.
Oh, what's
It's
that?
basically what 3-stack or triple stack means in Apex is, and you're gonna find this absolutely hilarious because basically it's a bunch of people being whine asses.
Yeah.
From my understanding. The triple
Oh.
stack is basically a group of players that are good with similar capabilities that communicate. So these people are
Right.
like, oh, they're stacked, they're cheating.
Oh.
It's an excuse to basically say you suck or you're screwed because you're a solo player playing matchmaking and your teammates ain't talking to you, but everybody else out there or this group that's out there is talking to each other and communicating.
Interesting.
That's all it is.
Whoa, dude.
That's a long way of saying maybe you should just play single player mode.
Right?
I like it.
That's what I do. I know I'm not good at video games. I also know I hate people, so I just play video games by myself. Tends
Play
to
by
be
myself
a
all the
standard
time.
option for most of them.
You do. Okay. Oh. Good news. I had a personal record at the gym with compound rows. I rode 170 pounds. Bad news is the middle of my spine hurts now.
Motherfucker.
And it's not
Yeah.
from that. It's from sleeping wrong. Kind of like getting out of my Jeep and hurting my back. Oh, I slept wrong. My neck hurts.
Oof. Anyways.
We're rating Tear and Death, by the way, guys.
Sweet.
Hey.
Hey. So, did you say you're going to try Warframe, Moni? Still waiting.
Oh.
You need the internet for that.
That's true. So, on behalf of the flamethrower we know as Blacklight Omni,
Hooray.
that looks so cool.
Thank you. It's fucking awesome.
Hero, the IT guy.
Whoa, dude.
Soda Grandpa. I'm Chieftain. And we're going to be rating Tear and Death, so make sure you send love. Make sure you stay there and let him know that we sent you. And until next week, this is Laggin' Out Live. Signing off and lagging out.
Remember, special guest next week.
That's right.
Later, Mariner.
Nice.
Night.
Who else but Quagmire? He's got the answers. 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 Who else but Quag Show it.
See you next week, bitches.
Laggin. All right.
That was good. Those topics were really